I just wish we'd have been able to finish the promise before all the dreams fade out.
I've got nothing to worry about with you here at Aether Gazer.
Huh?
Thor!
Traitors deserve to die! I'll get each and every one of you!
Thor?
Had fun in the chasing game? This is what you get for working with this thing! Ha! Die. All of you!
Yes!
Flooding artillery strike! Let's get the job done quicker! Yeah! And then with this! Let's have a little fun! Fuck! You're on! Time to sign up, you maggots!
It's finally here. It's finally here. Guys. We only have this patch and the next one before 2.0. We eating good. We almost at the delicacies, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? How's everybody doing? What's up, Tat? What's up, Sir Gotcha, Jackal, Lucas, K. Thompson, Karamu Thompson, that Andy guy, Dan Johnny, you're blind, Dark Miz, Novice. Hey, good luck on your pulls. Thank you, Queen. Thank you. Franzi, what's up? What's up? Bomb Frost. Hey. We. We're not at peak Aether Gazer yet. We're almost there.
Administrator, great.
Okay. I was worried they took it away because I know someone who said they don't have the option anymore. I was a little worried. All right. That Andy guy, thank you for becoming a part of the Chaotic Legion. You know what I'm saying? Are you still playing Aether Gazer? Joe, are you pulling for Thor and Flame Tier? Thor, yes. Flame Tier, no. All right, bro. All right. But yeah, we are here. We are here after Thor we save for 2.0. Exactly. You know. We got 2 S ranks in 2.0. We get one for free, and then we get then we got to pull for one. And I'm pretty sure I'm not alone in saying that I really want to make sure that that both of them are at top tier shape. Top tier shape. That's what I'm really gonna like start building my characters properly. I'm just kind of getting along for the most part, I guess. You got me through the worst summer of my life. Appreciate your content. Oh, really? Hey, man. I appreciate you. You know, you guys do for me more than you understand. So I appreciate you guys just coming through and enjoying. Shape. Shut up, Dark Miz. But yeah, we are doing a story stream today. But I want to start off by getting Thor. I did start my poll, so I'm pretty much going to be getting her for free. Oh, did everyone collect the free the free 20 pulls? Did everyone collect your free 20? Or your gold tickets? All right, cool. Cool. Me and Queen was talking about it. We weren't sure if the global community was going to get it. Thor is the reason I started the game? Really? Who are you looking forward to next then? Fonzie, no. Go and collect them big. Yeah, of course they're gold tickets, right? But they're free pulls. Like, you don't say no to free pulls. Yo, before we even do this, right? Peep this. They put more quality of life in this fucking patch than I understood they were going to, right? So the battle menu. This was supposed to come into post 2.0. We got the new battle menu. We got the new battle menu. We got the new chapter menu. So whenever we go into a chapter, I hope it doesn't have it. Okay, cool. Whenever we go into a new chapter, we can like skip instead of having to just go one by one like we were doing. So they added those two things. The shop has been revamped. The shop has been completely revamped, right? So this looks freaking dope. 15, just like all of them. Okay, that's not a big deal. We gonna do our part, you know. We gonna do our part. But yeah, they revamped the entire store. A little more pleasing to the eye, you know. Do I already have this? Okay, I was about to say, dude. Let me see. Oh, dorm system. We got the dorm system and the restaurant. We didn't just get the restaurant because in CN, if I remember correctly, it was just the restaurant, and then we got the dorm. If I remember correctly, I'm not gonna, say it's confirmed because I didn't like look through anything, but I remember it being that way. So yeah, this. Oh yeah, and the profile status too. If nobody noticed, it's a lot more pleasing, All the quality of life we've gotten in version 1.0 of this game has been crazy. So, my new question is, since they presented all this stuff in 1.0, what is our 2.0 stuff? Like, are we going to be getting some of the stuff from the upcoming patch? Because they're almost at 3.0. So, all I know is... Oh, there's more. So, if you go to a modifier, that has some of their chips, right? You now don't just choose one. You can choose one for target and one for skill. So, target would be, hey, I want my unit to focus on the same enemies as me. And then the skill would be, I want you to use this skill more than the other skill. So, we got that. And if you guys notice something, things look a little different here, and they don't match up with the rest of the UI. Everything else looks kind of plain, but when you go to chips, it looks kind of different. They're preparing us for the new revamp that's coming to the entire thing, because if you remember, this whole thing is getting a revamp. So there's a chance we might be getting that for 2.0 alongside with whatever version CN's getting it for. So, no, I haven't pulled yet. We're just chatting a little bit. So, yeah, they moved some menus in the profile to that square setting too. Wait, what are you saying? What else has changed? The square setting. This? Ooh, wait. Were we getting gems for this before? Illustration rewards. How long has that been there? Did I just miss out on this because I don't check this? I may have just missed out on this one. I don't think that one's new. I may have just missed out on that. Did they change this? Okay. But yeah, man, they've done some work. Now we just gotta wait for the tiny bit of changes that they make. Yeah. We got this heart link update with Thor. Okay, cool. So all that's new too. All right, cool. And for those who are still looking for a guild, all right, we've cleaned house. All the people who are not, who weren't playing, out of here, right? So we're still active. We're still looking for people. We got 35 people in here out of 50. So we got slots. If you're looking for a squad, even though it doesn't really have too much functionality just yet, feel free. The ID number's right up there. Yeah, we're vibing. We're vibing. Oh yeah, they were having trouble the other day. I'm playing on like 3 phones and it doesn't keep all the chats in between the phones, so it's kind of in the information at the top main menu has also yeah, we've already shown that. We've already shown this. But yeah. Oh man, can't wait for PC client. You know, I have a theory about that. I think they're trying to make all these visual changes before they release it, or at least they've added the visual changes to the PC client already, and they're trying to make the game catch up first. So I think we'll probably hear about it at the very least at the top right. Menu at the top right. This? Oh, they added achievements, meow. Heart link event. Ooh, a quick for heart link events. Okay. What's gallery? Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. It's looking good. It's looking good. They've done some great work here. Some great work. All right, let's see. Is this game going to bless me right away so I don't have to worry about using my gems? Because I got a lot of gems and I like to save those for 2.0. Or I could get multiple Thor, but I don't know. I'm indecisive right now. Thor is a pretty good unit. So you can take my luck since I'm skipping. You're skipping this one too? I really like how they added that at the bottom left corner. 45 out of 70. I can see how far until I reach my pity. Wasn't that post 2.0 too? Like, damn, all these things that they've added, bro. I love this. I love this. All right, let's do this. Now I'm going to leave that there just in case I make a mistake and click the button. All right. Give it to me. No? You're kind of rude. Okay. 55 out of 70. Out of 70. Come on. Don't be rude. We just want the character. At least give me a Bazembo so I can Ultima her, bro. Well, it's only 5 and I'm not going to do a 10 pull, so. Dude, I didn't even have to use any of my. Assuming that I get her. Assuming that I get her.
The name's Tyr Valley. So, you're the administrator.
I hate this. Fucking. At least give me a Bazembo. If I'm gonna be pulling these extras, give me Bazembo in like the. Come on, give me a Bazembo then. Shut up! Don't laugh at me. Why is it always here? Because they know that we don't give a fuck about the character. And it's always Apollo too. I'm getting everybody but who I want. This is expensive. Oh, this should be her.
I'm Heimdall, director of the cryptics. Give me the instruments.
It's guaranteed her, but I'm just hoping I get. I got 2 Heimdall. I didn't get 1 Bazembo. That was expensive.
And I'm sure I can settle this on my own. Just keep pace with me and watch my moves.
Oh, I love that. That was sick. Okay. I'm salty, you know. I'm a little salty, but it was worth it in the end, I guess. You know what? How much do I have left? Okay. Damn it. I still didn't get a fucking... Okay. That irritates me.
Looking for me, little lamb? Understood.
I'm so close. I just need a little bit more. Just go to shop? Bro, I'm not gonna get the full amount from the shop. I want to bang my head against the wall. What's in here? Where would we even look for this? I don't even do this. Okay, here. Yeah, see? I don't have enough. You can buy fragments, right? Yeah, I can if I was grinding that. I wasn't grinding that. I haven't been playing. You guys know I haven't been playing. Voice crack. You guys know I haven't been playing. I've been busy. Oh, this is good. Wait, hold on. How many did I need left?
Looking for me, little lamb?
I might as well get them all. I still need a lot. $24. I still got one more tier to go through.
Little lamb?
I'm suffering a little. I shouldn't have skipped last patch as much as I did.
There's no need for any.
I was just way too busy. I was way too busy. That's why y'all didn't get any videos or anything. It was infield, and then right after that they decided Zenless Zone 0.
Thanks for your support, Administrator.
Okay, that should be... Yeah, I don't have any points for anybody else. Oh well. Okay, so I already did that, Kuso. Alright, so yeah. And now where's Thor?
Did someone call me?
Yggdrasil. I completely forgot about the fucking functor. Yggdrasil. Come on. That should be it. Okay. Alright, we broke. How does bro got so many good characters? Because I spend money when I don't get what I want. It's that simple. It is really that simple. And the thing is, I don't even have them built. Like, I'm literally saving most of my shit for... This game has just been me coasting all the way up until 2.0 comes out. Like, I've just been coasting the entire time.
It's such a pain watching battle recordings. Ooh, but I guess I can spot some room for improvement here.
I wish there was a way to just all this shit, but I guess...
It's such a pain watching battle recordings. Ooh, but I guess I can spot some room for improvement.
Okay. 80 when in doubt. Does bro even have Osiris built? I don't gotta have Osiris to enjoy a character. I made it clear I didn't care if I had her or not. I know she goes along with Osiris, and that's how... Yeah, I'm not gonna have enough after just... I'm broke after doing this same thing with... Okay, let's go ahead and just do the story. I think one of these is gonna be to grind for materials anyway, so... Okay.
Infiltration complete. Access to meteor system granted. Located in the west coast core city of Einsof, the HQ's construction began in the year 2280 and was officially completed in late April 2285. Division 9, located on the top floor of the building, commands the modifiers in the campaign against the Visbanes. It comprises 4 functional arms. The Intelligence Office, the Field Squads, the Cryptics, and the General Office. Balder and Hoder head the Intelligence Office, which is responsible for processing intel related to Visbanes and analytic support for battle missions. The Field Squads are made up of 1 to 4 modifiers each. They go on missions against Visbanes in the Sapphire Zones, Heimdall and Okuninushi.
Oh,
are
this is
responsible
sick.
For the Cryptics, which perform Aether Gazer's secret R&D work, including developing various gadgets and analyzing unidentified data. The research labs require top security clearance and is only accessed by the management and the Cryptics. Shu manages the General Office, which is in charge of planning and delegation. An administrator was recently sent here to assist her work. The latest source layer use data shows that Odin, the director of Aether Gazer, is currently on a secret investigation in the Shuheng district. The target of the investigation is named...
Oh, that was interesting.
Entering scouting range. High chances of encountering the target. All units get ready. Copy that.
I didn't expect that cinematic at the beginning. That was kind of
All
cool.
other forces have failed to neutralize target.
What's up, John?
before. It's up to us now.
Like, it's just so cool to see how much quality they're putting into the game.
Fail.
How they...
No clue. We'd have better odds if we could get our hands on his detailed reports. Forget it. Those are all S-grade classified secrets.
Odin win? Yeah, we're all waiting, okay?
Besides, I heard the Institute suffered heavy casualties when 0704 escaped.
I have no doubt that we'll get Odin eventually. But I think they're saving her for like when some of the real like crazy units come out.
I repeat, all combat gear must be properly equipped without exception, especially the masks you were just issued. Yeah, the enemy's tough, so we gotta wear the masks. That's all the detailed reports for you. No wonder they aren't making any progress.
Report! Suspected sighting of the target up ahead. Advanced squad is clear to move at will.
Get to work. P-Squad, you head to the target location as well to intercept with Advanced Squad.
Odin's probably 3.0. I mean, we'll wait and see. I mean, they've already shown a few characters in the story that we still haven't seen as playable characters. So...
We did it!
0704 isn't putting up a fight. Are they surrendering?
Report to headquarters. We've contained 0704. The mission is complete.
0704? Collapses in a pool of blood? Oh man, I wish they would. I wish they'd make these visual, man.
What the hell are you doing? Where's your mask? Who said you could take it off? Yes, Commander. Consider it done.
The contained 0704 has long since disappeared in a haze. Only 2 squad members remain. And these close comrades are now training their guns on each other. What? So Poseidon and Zenkubo are enjoying a normal day off in a restaurant.
Just when I was heading out the door, Shu said I must have company. Lame. And of all people, I had to get stuck with Poseidon? She's the hardest to pull off pranks on.
Yeah, because she got such a stale personality. I'm learning that's a part of her personality. Like, she's meant to be like a stale character.
Now, it's for everyone's safety. Einsof hasn't been as peaceful as usual lately.
But this restaurant's full of people. Besides, only weak modifiers get attacked. Not like me. I'm strong. Very strong.
And I like how they've doubt you doubt that she's meant to be like that, have that stale personality. Nah, there's no way that a voice actor would do that like on purpose. Like she sounds stale. Oh, you doubt that she's strong. Oh, got it.
Attacks vary in gravity. And as for the attack that's threatening us, well, we'll definitely be in trouble if you don't start taking it seriously, Zenki.
What?
Zenkubo OP.
She's trying to scare me, right?
Yeah, she's busted. She's absolutely busted. She's better than Hades, too. I'm totally kidding for anyone in here who's actually taking that seriously, because there's always one. Zenkubo's cry draws puzzled looks from all around her. She shrinks back apologetically.
She said the modifiers didn't leave behind any signs of a struggle after being attacked. And their access keys were taken away too.
Was it Visbane's?
It's possible. Cognizant Visbanes could have done that. But before we know for certain, it's safest to travel together.
Well, I'm not afraid. But I'll escort you back to headquarters anyway. You know, just to make sure you're safe.
Right. That's definitely the reason why you... Yeah.
Of course. Thank you. Odin and Thor are back from Zhuheng because of this incident. With them here, we can all relax a bit.
Okay, first, let me ask you guys. If they dropped Odin, right, at the same time as, let's see, let me give you guys a little ultimatum here. I gotta make this hard. All right. Queen, what's that character's name that they've been showing off in the recent CN patch? The one with the saw, but she has like her clothes all ripped, and we know who we're gonna be getting her, but we just don't know when. Fuck, what is her name? Kuso should be in here too. What is her name? Yeah.
That reminds me. Isn't Thor your captain, Zenki? It must have been quite a while since the last time you saw each other.
Yup. Back when Captain Thor was around, our missions were always done in a whack. Now it's just me and Pineapple in the squad, and I can't slack off like I used to.
Done in a whack? I've been on missions with Thor before. She forgot all about tactics and knocked all our enemies out with that hammer of hers. A whack, literally.
But Shu's still calling her reckless, even after she's proved her strength. Like that's a bad thing. What's up with that?
Well, tactics might not be essential for every battle, but there's always problems that can't be solved with brute force alone. Shu's just worried that she'll run into trouble one day if she keeps charging straight ahead.
I don't know, honestly. Anyway, now that Captain Thor's back, things are looking up for Thunder Squad. Woohoo! I can slack off all I want again.
Oh God! Imagine that being why you want your captain back, so you can just slack off. And the thing is, right? I honestly feel like they're prepping for another Zinkabo in the game, but I don't know how they're going to do it. They've already been revisiting some of the characters. Ryugiri, the dude with the sword, and CN, he's like a straight up berserker now. So I'll be showing you all that within this stream too.
What kind of tough guy would be able to totally overpower a modifier and take away their access key anyway? Besides a cognizant Visbane, what else would attack a modifier? An AGI mecha? A human? Ugh, I just don't get it.
They know the structure of
I still find it
monsters
kind of
very
interesting
well,
too.
that's for sure. All victims have been taken out in a single blow aimed at a vital point. AGI mechas aren't that agile, and as for humans, an ordinary human is even less likely to have that knowledge.
I find it interesting that they're still calling them humans, even though they're kind of like data. Sekhmet, that's her name. Yeah. If you guys know who that is, hold on. Let me see if I can find like a decent picture, because I'm gonna put you guys in like an ultimatum. I'm gonna give you guys a nice ultimatum. So, if you had the choice, oh, I could have just said Ging-chan, but you know, I'm gonna make it a little bit harder. All right. So if you guys had the choice, right, between Odin, all right, everybody's been waiting for Odin. Y'all want Odin, we know. If you had the choice between Odin, where is it? Oh, and her, which one would you choose? I said either or. You can't do the both thing. You can't do the both thing. Bro, why you gotta make me choose? Y'all be trying to pull that both thing. It ain't working. Nope, nope, no both. Both don't count. Both don't count. I mean, just look at the assets. You know, both of them look kinda. Odin, I need to correct her. Hold on, there's another picture that I think you guys might enjoy too. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find it. Bro, I hate you. Oh yes, I love it. Hate me. Hate me. Damn, I can't find that image of her. There's one of her like holding like a chainsaw. Like she has like this saw that she holds. Like that's her weapon. And I can't find that specific image. I think that would change a lot of Odin enjoyers perception the entire way, right? Wow, they added a blur effect for safe search. So if you want to still see the explicit image, but it blurs them, it blurs the, wow, that's crazy. Yeah, I can't find it. If I can find the image, I'll make sure to add it here, but yeah.
But what if it's a human who's not ordinary?
Which one? You talking to me? I'm talking about Sakmet. I don't know if I'm saying her name right, but there's an image of her holding like this saw weapon. Hold on, did someone send me I think it was Kuso maybe.
Meaning?
I don't know.
No.
Right. What about someone like
I gotta
the
find
admin?
it.
Doesn't the admin know everything about modifiers? Wait a minute.
It's in the PV vid? Then I should have it then. PVs. It should be in 2. It's 2.6, right? Or 2.7. Hold on. We're gonna look at one of the trailers. Give me a second. Look at how organized I am. Okay. Look at all these. I got all of them. Okay. Every single one. Every single one. Oh. Are you guys sure it's Odin? Are you guys sure Odin is the one that you want? Are you guys sure? Yeah, absolutely. You are fantastic for that. Thank you. You amazing friend, you. Oh, that's funny. That's fucking funny. Let me see if I can find the actual video. It's not this one, I don't think. Wait, maybe it is. There it is. There it is. And this is the character I was talking about. They're revisiting some of them. Does he look familiar to you guys? Oh. I don't think this one's fire. I think he's Shadow. Look at oh the slag. Oh shit. But yeah, let's get back to the story. He is fire? What? Why? We already have a fire. Is it his original fire? I call him Black Tundra. I don't know. That makes no fucking sense. Why do we have two fire? Okay, whatever. I was told he was Shadow, but I mean, that's two people who said he's fire, so I'm gonna go with that.
You're letting your imagination run away with you, Zenki.
Yeah, forget it. There's no
Oh
way
God,
our clumsy
that makes me
admin
think
can
twice about
help.
pulling for him.
I believe the word should have been trustful and upright.
Yeah, I hope Espazimbo is dark too. I don't need her to be another physical. That would. Oh God, that kind of got me worried. Zinkibo, the scared one, takes Poseidon down a small alley.
This route before. Did we take a wrong turn, Zenki?
Nope. Gaki found this shortcut. We can shave off loads of time if we go back this way.
Zinki gives Poseidon a proud thumbs up.
Well, the sooner we get back, the better. Let's hurry on.
A breeze blows through and rustles the tree leaves, like a response whispered from the darkness. Huh? Darkness!
What is it?
As if compelled by something in the darkness, Poseidon abruptly stops and turns to look back. The sudden gust of wind is gone, as are the sounds of tree leaves, people, and even birds and insects. Everything is silent.
We really have gone off the beaten path. Let's hurry.
Oh, that's the most emotion that I've heard her with. What?
Gaki just said the same thing.
Then a loud noise cuts across the silence, and the reverb shatters their flimsy streak of luck. Steel chains crisscross in the darkness, clinging like prison manacles. Yeah, manacles. I don't have my glasses, so don't judge me if I like sit here and stare for a second. And washing the alley in an inky blackness darker than the night itself. Zinkibo reacts so quickly that her access key is already out when the ominous noise sounds. But the assailant doesn't attack Zinkibo directly. Instead, they go for her access key. Reeling from the heavy impact, she falls to the ground. It's so dark that she can't even make out the assailant's form. They're like a specter in the shadows, a phantom in the night. The assailant leaps from somewhere up high and goes straight for Zinkibo's weak point. Even with Poseidon's power protecting her, Zinkibo is badly wounded. Oh, fuck. Seeing this, the assailant shrugs their shoulders. I'm trying to figure out who this could be, but maybe I just haven't seen the character yet. Seemingly chiding themselves for not landing a fatal blow, they whirl around to face Poseidon.
Who are you?
Maybe it's Spider-Man? No, it's Venom. The assailant shows no intention of speaking, but fills the silence with a whooshing of the wind. Whoosh.
I have to save Zenki first.
After quickly pausing to think, a clear torrent of water surges out from Tidal Song. That's Poseidon's skill, by the way, and rushes towards the source of the wind. The tide advances some distance, then seemingly crashing into a transparent wall, suddenly changes course like a waterfall and pours straight towards the ground. Her hit misses, but it buys Poseidon enough time to save Zinkibo. As she's kneeling to inspect Zinkibo's injuries, two cold steel chains hinge on Tidal Song like poisonous vipers. Shocked, she releases her grip and her access key is snatched away from her.
How? Seems I have no other choice. Hang in there, Zenki.
After losing her access key, all Poseidon can do is muster up some divine power. She uses her remaining power to coalesce the mist around her, temporarily occluding the assailant's view.
Strong,
What?
Zenki. We're getting out of here.
Oh, she's fucked up.
We'll be home. Both of us.
Oh, she's fucked up. She is coughing and shit. Up. First time with Thor.
Are they all right?
Yeah, I know. We know what an access key is, Queen. Shu strides into the medical center and asks the question burning in my throat, as I follow behind her.
Treatment has just been administered. Only Poseidon has regained consciousness. If you must enter, please make your visit brief. The patients still need rest.
So both of them are injured. It wasn't just Zinkubo.
Okay.
With that, we push open the big doors to the inpatient ward. A lamp overhead lights up a vase of white flowers on the table. The light is cast over half of Poseidon's face, while the other is shrouded in shadow. Her eyes are downcast, seemingly reflecting on some distant matter.
Poseidon?
As Shu's voice announces our arrival, the girl with the sea blue hair suddenly snaps back into attention. She gives a wary smile to her friends at the door.
Shu, you're both here.
She gave more emotion when she was scared than she did in the entire game. How are you feeling?
I can't really use my right arm, but other than that, I'm fine.
Poseidon's arm is wrapped in layer upon layer of bandages. Apparently, it was wounded when the assailant took her access key. If she'd reacted a second slower, then there'd probably be nothing left to bandage.
Thank
Damn.
God still hasn't come to yet.
Oh, that's what. Whoa, what the fuck? That thing, they fucked up Zinkubo. I turn my gaze to Zinkubo on the other bed. Her eyes are squeezed shut. Story getting dark? Yeah, they really messed her up. Beneath the furrowed brows, as delirious murmurs escape her lips, from her fragmented sentences, I hear that it's not a good dream she's having.
Gaki, where are you taking me? Oh, I don't want to go there. I don't want to leave everyone.
Don't worry. Fantastic said she's out of the woods now. Just needs a little while to regain consciousness.
If only I got there
I'm
sooner.
lucky enough to have you there at all, admin. If I'd fainted by the side of the road like that, the attacker definitely would have come for us a second time.
Did you get a good look at them?
No. It was like he was the knight. All I know is that he attacks using chains.
Using chains? No, I don't know who this character is.
No recorded Vizbanes in the cryptic files use chains as a weapon.
Excuse me.
I really wish they'd do more with her, because she's I really like her design.
Admin, Miss Shu, they have arrived. We better go meet them now in the conference room.
Oh, I need to change the sound too, because
You two go ahead. I'm sure work has been piling up lately. All right. See you later.
it should be a completely new character for me. Okay. After the ward, Shu and I make our way to the meeting room. After the modifier attack a few days ago, we received news that those two were coming back. Except that with everyone busy patrolling and searching for clues the last few days, we hadn't had the chance to meet with each other. Yeah. After the sensor security door opens, we follow the red... I can't think. We follow the red and gold carpet to the floor-to-ceiling windows, where we see two unfamiliar silhouettes at a huge desk, one sitting and the other standing. God, and I can't hear her voice when I... Okay, this is the first time I'm going to hear her English voice. Please. Be good. Please. Occupying the main chair, in which Sue normally sits, is a woman with silvery blue hair, wearing a finely tailored black suit, seemingly speaking to the person beside her when we enter. The corners of her mouth are curved with a faint smile. Noticing us arrive, her golden eyes languidly turn to meet ours. I don't know what that means, but I'm not going to look it up at this moment. As she calmly, I don't know that word either. Acquiesces? To my observation. Okay, I'm going to look it up because I got to know what this means. It's actually bothering me. Acquiesces. Accept something reluctantly without protest. Okay, and languidly. Slowly, in an attractive way without energy or effort. Oh. So without any effort, in an attractive way, she turns and looks at us with those golden eyes. Hey. These eyes likewise, unabashedly, size me up with interest. The iciness she exudes is mellowed by a hint of an admirable smile on her face. Yeah, word wouldn't come out. As well as those captivating whirlpool-like eyes. The contrast is enough to mire anyone in uncertainty. Meanwhile, the red-headed girl, sitting sideways on the edge of the table, seems more like a blazing fire. Even now, her eyes are narrowed drowsily. Her ferocious, commanding presence still clearly signals that she is not to be trifled with. Come on.
This is Odin, the founder of Aether Gazer. And this is Thor from Thunder Squad. She's Apollo and Zenkibo's captain.
Come on, give me the voice actor. Nice to meet you.
Apollo's mentioned you in his letters. Impressive, I gotta say, for a human to cope with the Mimir system this long. I don't just mean your tactical capability. You seem to get along with that obnoxious butterball also, and that's a feat.
Remind me after this is over to adjust the sound settings because I uninstalled the game and reinstalled it, so I need to fix it. Well, in that case, come on, Odin.
I've been longing for a meeting. As unfortunate as I was to be bound by my work in the past few days, it looks like my wish is granted.
I am pleased. I am pleased. I am pleased. Director?
No need for the formalities. Shu calls me by my name, so you can do the same.
Who is the voice actor? Susie? Nah, that's not Susie. That's not Susie. No, that's not Susie. She extends her. Well, Susie has a bit of range, so if that is her, she's doing a really good job. She extends her hand towards me. After being momentarily taken aback by this unexpected formal gesture, I reach out to shake her hand. Her palm is neither cold nor warm, and the uneasy feeling that accompanies it seems to plunge me into a deep, boundless ocean. Her smile reflected in my eyes is the only goodwill that is being conveyed. Well, she sounds about right. Hey, she sounds good. It sounds like it. You think it sounds like Susie? Okay. Well, I mean, I could be wrong. I mean, I'm not really good at matching voices anyway, so I'll take your word for it.
Let's keep the pleasantries to a minimum. The situation isn't looking good at the moment. See how she's rushing me? Well, we'll have to save the conversation for next time. For now, let's get down to business.
I'm not gonna lie. It's not the voice I expected, but I'm cool. I like it. I was expecting more of a strong but bitchy sounding voice, but it's just the way her face looks that makes me think that. But I'm not I'm not disappointed at all. I'm not disappointed at all.
This is the third time we've had a case of assaulted modifiers. We still don't know who's launching these attacks.
Can we not ascertain the attacker's area of operation based on the location of the scenes?
Yes, but the attacker moves quickly. Right now, the range comprises nearly 1/3 of the city. I recommend mobilizing between 3 and 5 search teams to comb the area for clues. This way, we should be able to fully cover the target's movements.
Negative.
But that's the most we can allocate at the moment.
You misunderstand. I mean, one team will suffice.
One? But how will one team cover?
Between Poseidon and Zenkabu, one is a veteran while the other is an official member of the Special Task Force. And yet even they were unable to get a visual on their attacker, and their access keys were taken without a fight. Dispatching more personnel in such a situation would be sending the prey into a hungry wolf's maw.
She got a point. She got a point. If very talented modifiers were unable to do this, why send a whole bunch of weaker units out to go and look for someone that even the pros can't get a good look at? So that makes sense. That makes sense.
I understand your anxiety, but we can't lose sight of the bigger picture. The more dangerous things get, the more we need you to be calm and collected.
What do you have in mind, then?
This search team will consist of me, Thor, and an appointed member.
See, this would have been...
Remain at headquarters. I don't want anyone else in the organization coming to harm.
This would have been a really good time to introduce her, like, in the game and show us what the in-game model looks like. But I think there's a reason they haven't done that yet. So we're just going to let them cook, right? We still haven't seen her as a playable model in the CN version. So we're just going to let them cook.
That's it. Won't that be like searching for a needle in a haystack?
Correct. That's why I need to pick an additional member for the team.
Who do you intend to have? If it's technical support you need, a Heimdall would fit the bill. But if you need someone quick on their feet, maybe we could ask Olympia Express to assign Hermes.
Odin leans back heavily in her seat. She picks up a pen from the table and twirls it on her fingertips, and then points it at me.
You want to take the administrator with you?
Of course. I'm just as surprised as Shu is.
Are you refusing?
Not at all. Quite the opposite, in fact.
But the administrator isn't suited to this type of job.
I mean, I'll follow Odin wherever she wants me to go. You know what I'm saying?
I think the administrator is just the person for this job.
Odin and I would definitely struggle to catch someone this elusive in such a huge area by ourselves. But if the attacker brought themselves to our doorstep, that would be a different story.
Of course, that is, if the attacker is of this bane.
You want to use the mark in the administrator's body as bait. That's too dangerous. The presence of modifiers suppresses the mark's effects. For this plan to work, wouldn't you have to leave the administrator alone and in danger?
Yep.
We'll keep comms open. I'll be there the second there's trouble.
She is fast.
It's too risky.
That said, I'm not forcing anyone to do anything they don't like.
The silver-haired woman sits down. God damn it! The silver-haired woman sits down, the pen in her hands. She interlaces her fingers over her knee as she seems to await my answer with that enigmatic smile on her face.
You already know what I'd like you to do. Now the decision is yours to make. Well, you see that, Shu? We have an administrator of volition here.
That look in her fucking eyes, bro.
Fine. I'm coming too then.
No, you're not. It's been a long time since I managed any work around here. We need you in Aether Gazer, or it'll be absolute chaos. Trust us to take care of this.
Understood.
Your turn now, Mjolnir!
Let's see if I remember how to use her. Well, I don't know how to properly use her, but yeah. So I have the 3. It should work as a...
One more point to Thor.
Yep, okay. So it's not a hold.
Say your goodbye. Found you. Wow, look at it fly. Out of my way. Can you catch hold of lightning? Now I'm all warmed up. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, every single one of them are double presses if I remember correctly.
That was too easy.
Yeah, every single one of them are double presses. I just gotta read through her skills again to remember which ones are like the best moves, but or someone can tell me here in the chat. I don't remember what they do. Oh, sound. It's already adjusted. Why does it sound so weird?
I finally have some time for myself. Luke and Mintha aren't here. Fine. I'll give you the chance.
It sounds weird, doesn't it? It ain't just me, is it? Any of the double press skills and then just 2 normals? Is that really it? Okay. Walking down the long, quiet street, the further into the gloom this winding path leads, the deeper the chill sets into my body. This is the second day that Odin, Thor, and I have gone out searching for clues. Though a joint investigation in name, they've deliberately remained out of sight and only contact me through my earpiece. Skill 3 is okay, yellow for BA focus gameplay, blue for skill spam, red for her special state focus gameplay. Special state meaning like her ult and the variants of her abilities, like the... What do you mean by that? Over the course of this operation, I've been attacked by Vizbanes countless times, only to have been rescued, shaken, but unharmed by them each time. Blue hair mode, yeah, that would be the variant of each ability, because the blue haired mode is the double press of skill 1, skill 2, and skill 3, as well as her ult. So is it all three? Is it all of those, or is it just her ultimate? That's what I'm asking. The most dangerous time was when Thor's hammer slammed into the ground in front of me without any warning. No sooner had the Vizbane emerged than it was flattened, but my shoulder was nearly dislocated by the flying kicks that followed. They're quick. They're really quick.
Another fruitless day, it would seem.
Oh, she sounds so good. Odin seems to sigh, but her voice sounds more comforting than anything. She deliberately said what was on our minds at this moment.
There weren't any new attacks. If our actions have served as a deterrent, I'd call it a small success.
They're all the same. Okay. Where's Thor?
She thought our teamwork was slowing her down, so she went off to search by herself 2 hours ago.
Should we worry about her?
Don't worry. In terms of combat power alone, she's the strongest in Aether Gazer. If the enemy's too strong for even her to handle, then our added presence wouldn't be of any help.
I'm not gonna lie, this makes the graphics look absolutely horrible with the way she looks and holographic mode, but whatever. You're saying Thor's even stronger than you?
Without a doubt. No one could take a direct hit from that big electrified hammer. Wouldn't you agree?
I can't tell if Odin's kidding or being serious when she says this, but it alleviates my anxiety somewhat. Even if the mental image it conjures does make me sweat. So blue is the best option if Thor is an AI. Okay. I'll probably revisit this with you guys when I actually start building. Shu mentioned that you stopped overseeing Aether Gazer's affairs a few years back. After that, you passed on the torch to her and you went off.
Gallivanting around on my own and doing literally nothing?
You said that?
No need to walk on eggshells. I don't mind.
You and Thor were in I don't remember how they said it, so I'm gonna skip it. Before, right? Were you fighting Visbanes there too?
I'll be honest with you. We did indeed encounter Visbanes and Shuhung.
Shuhung.
But they weren't the reason we went there.
Shuhung. Then the purpose of your travels has been
to gallivant around and do literally nothing.
Hey.
So, Administrator, you've been with Division 9 for a while now. What's the deepest impression the Visbanes have left on you?
Odin's sudden question takes me by surprise. Countless fragmented images immediately begin to surface in my mind. These Spelent revolts, the snake god of Sasanomy, the quakes, the deep sea siren, and Navik and Layden as well. They appear out of nowhere, then drag people into the source layer and corrode their very existence. They're consumed by a yearning to destroy all things. Like they have a hatred for something and that they can't understand or communicate. They seem to be plotting something or have simply descended into madness. Yep, madness.
Huh. You may not have been on the job long, but you have a lot of insight into it already. As for me, Visbanes are my enemies. And the fight between modifiers and Visbanes has gone on for too long. I've lived through all of it, but I can't see an end to this war. They can't be killed. Destroy one and two more pop out in its place. If that weren't bad enough, they keep getting stronger and evolving. Whether you win or lose by the battle's end, you're left feeling desperate and powerless, like a resolution will never be found. Maybe that's why I packed it all in and left without a care. Everyone needs to... what's the expression again? YOLO?
That's not something I would expect from Yongshi, but okay. You're lying. The words had already left my mouth before I could think them through. For a moment, you could cut the atmosphere with a knife.
Yes?
I mean, if you really didn't care, you wouldn't have come back from... See, I've already forgotten how to say it. From Shuhung? As soon as you heard about the modifier attacks, right?
You're right. Maybe I'm more reliable than I give myself credit for.
Liking her more by the moment? Yeah, she's... Yeah. Odin's laughter diffuses the tension in the air. After walking half a block, it's starting to get dark.
Looks like my bait didn't work this time. Yes, that's a reasonable speculation. Administrator, what do you think our modifier attacker wants?
I mean... To take the modifier's place to hunt modifiers? No, they want the access keys for some reason. So I don't think either one of these are correct.
Take our place? That's not what I expected to hear. Still, you remind me of a Shuhung story I heard about. Two monkeys sprang out from a stone, fighting each other over who was the real one. Do they think they could do a better job than the modifiers? If that's the case, then taking their access keys, the source of their power, would make sense.
Hey, enough chit-chat, you two. I just sent the coordinates to your terminals.
I like her voice too, but she sounds a lot more aggressive than I expected. Like, I expected Thor to sound aggressive, but she sounds like, if I was to compare this, right? And, you know, I'm not comparing this to piss anyone off, so just please don't take it that way. I kind of hear her as a Himiko a little bit. Like, she's that soft kind of tone, but then when she sounds aggressive, she sounds really aggressive. Does that make sense? Thor's sudden interjection ends our speculative tangent.
What have you found?
Another victim. She was still breathing when I found her, but you'd better get over here quick.
No, I don't mean like she sounds like Himiko. I mean like the way she speaks, like the aggressiveness in her voice. She doesn't sound like Himiko. That's not where I'm going for. It's just the aggressiveness. I'm talking about Honkai Impact 3rd Himiko. Because I haven't heard Star Rail Himiko get aggressive yet. What about you?
Going after the attacker, of course. If they think they can jump Ziki and get away with it, they've made a goddamn mistake. Just wait and see what happens when I catch them.
Okay, that was different. Didn't expect that. Okay. Yeah, I like her voice actor. I love her voice actor.
My Mjolnir can't wait to go.
But she sounds too bratty. That's why I say she doesn't sound like Himiko. But she has the aggressiveness of a Himiko, right?
Found you. It was nice to meet you. Not.
Okay, so the normal attack doesn't have a...
Can you catch hold of lightning? One more point to Thor.
Yo, she's kind of like... she's not hard to control, but she's like all over the place a little bit.
Now I'm all warmed up. Lightning crack! It was nice to meet you. Not.
Interesting, man.
Weakling.
God, she's so fucking cool.
Is that it? I don't feel needed at all.
Oda and I arrived simultaneously at the street corner not far from the position of the coordinates Thor sent. We need to go deeper inside.
Let's go.
It's a dimly lit alley. Even during the daytime hustle and bustle, I doubt anyone would even cast a glance towards somewhere so unassuming. It's not a broad path, but it splits off into several winding byways. Like a secret labyrinth tucked away in this developed city. Without the coordinates guiding us, it's hard to say whether we could keep up from losing our way after a few turns. Knowing the urgency of the situation, Odin and I tactfully start to quicken our pace. Closing in on the coordinates, we go around a bend and see, in a corner, where two walls meet. Okay, the reason I stopped like that is because they highlight this character throughout all of the lore for this chapter. So, one, I'm surprised she's not playable, and two, she looks so ordinary. Like, we saw her in the lab. We know she's like some sort of like special modifier of some sort, because it looked like she was hacking without touching anything. But yeah, the shape of a pale girl outlined by the brightly shining moon overhead. Her body is covered in injuries. Her brows are tightly knit, and each of her ragged breaths are consuming the fragile remnants of her life. Crouch down to get a closer look at her wounds. Hearing my movement, the girl's body subconsciously tenses up. Her long pink hair cascades over her skin like a fledgling bird's broken wings. She looks up at me, and I see a mixture of disbelief and amazement in her eyes. The pleasant surprise of realizing she's being rescued, I assume. Just when I'm about to explain the situation to her, she speaks.
Thank goodness. It's you. I finally found you.
Whoever her voice actor is, she's fucking great. Have we met before?
I finally found you. I'm so glad.
Oh, I can see you know each other. Good. That'll save us some trouble.
No, I don't think so.
Huh? Then, could she have mistaken you for someone else?
I don't know, but this really is the first time I've ever seen her.
Now that you're here, we can go together.
As the girl speaks, her eyes slowly close and her words trail off into an indistinct mumble.
Still breathing. I think she's just lost consciousness for now. Let's take her back to headquarters.
Okay, right. What about Thor? Just as the words leave my mouth, an athletic figure springs to the top of the wall, her red hair tied into a long braid. The girl's expression is awash with a vexation and resignation.
You lost them?
Yeah, a sneaky one.
Let's go back to HQ for now. At least we've rescued the latest victim.
I guess we don't have much choice.
Thor.
Huh? What is it?
Odin looks at her comrade and travel companion from Shuhung. I'm sorry, I keep forgetting. She begins to open her mouth, but then brings her lips back together again, seemingly hesitating.
Never mind.
Hades? What am I Hades for? Or is this just one of those missions where I could just be anybody? I think that's what it is. I can just be anybody.
They shall worship. Nice to meet you.
Okay, so they don't put warp. Oh, yeah, warp system isn't. Wait, yes, it is. It's supposed to be in the game by now. So, do they have any warps on some of the pre-mades?
Do you need something?
Because I'd like to see how they build some of these characters. They don't. Okay.
Yes, admin.
How's she doing? Odin doesn't seem to answer. Waiting instead for the medical AGI mecha that has just finished its work to leave first.
Well, she's only recovered physically a little bit.
I follow Odin to the front of the girl's bed. She is awake now and sitting up in the bed with her arms wrapped around her legs. Her like wrapped around her legs, like she's kind of like has her legs up. Her eyes are fixed on Snow White on the Snow White quilted surface before her. God, I don't.
She kept murmuring Tan Tan while she was unconscious. Sounds like someone's name. Also, she hasn't answered any of our questions since she woke up.
Tan Tan? As Odin speaks, the girl listens from the side without responding, as if the conversation has nothing to do with her.
The medical AGI mecha checked her hearing and found nothing wrong. She didn't suffer any brain damage either.
You mean?
I mean, she just doesn't want to talk. What a pain. However, she did appear to be reactive yesterday when you were present. Why don't you try talking to her?
You say that, but Odin leans close to me, the tip of her nose nearly making contact with my face. I don't dare look in her eyes. I'm afraid of falling into those unfathomably deep wells. Oh, you know. I'll give it my best shot. Satisfied with my answer, Odin smiles and she smiles and leaves the treatment room. One move, we enter the abyss. How you doing? Her head slowly tilts up when she hears my voice, and the moment her gaze meets mine, I'm sure I'm not imagining it. Small golden fires suddenly light up in her dim eyes. Oh, she's actually like reacting to me.
Done.
Are you talking to me?
You don't remember me?
She folds her hands helplessly in front of her, and the strange lights in her eyes are extinguished.
You're Dun, aren't you? I wouldn't mistake you for someone else.
But you really do have the wrong person. My name is Admin. I hate that part. I hate the self-insert shit. Not Tantan.
It can't be. Dun, like the drum. That's what you told me. Did you forget your own name? Don't worry. I'm pretty forgetful too.
That's sweet, I guess, but I actually haven't forgotten anything. I guess we could talk about my name later. Do you remember what your name is?
Scald.
That's Norse mythology, right? Skuld is one of the three Norns goddesses who weave the threads of destiny. That makes no sense. Okay, maybe it does. Okay. Verdandi, or Verdandi, which is Verdandi in this game, and Skuld would bring together past, present, and future. Skuld is the youngest Norn, and she represents the future. So it's not saying they're sisters, but they're three goddesses. Do they know each other? I knew I've heard this before. The name. They are sisters. What? But not in the game, right? Like, oh, hold on, we gotta see.
You don't remember, Dun?
The air in the room seemed they're sisters in the myth. Right. Okay. Not in the game. Okay. So there's no way that they aligned that up. But I'm curious to see where they're going with this. Can't spoil much? Okay. The air in the room seems to freeze as we stare at each other. Seeing her brow wrinkle slightly, I decide to ask her about something else for now. Skull, do you remember what happened last night?
Last night, I was chased by someone. Then I got hurt. Then I woke up and saw you, Dun.
Is that all? All the key details are missing. Do you remember who attacked you? Skull shakes her head. Other than your name, do you remember anything else about yourself? Where you live, for example?
I can't remember.
How about where you were going last night? What did you go out to do?
No, I can't remember them.
Wincing, Skull covers her forehead with her hand. I quickly reassure her that she doesn't need to remember everything right away. It looks like you have amnesia. I'd better report the situation to Odin and the cryptics first. Just as I'm getting up to leave, I feel a small but forceful tug on my sleeve. When I turn to look, I see that Skull's eyes are already brimming with tears. What happened? I'll be back soon. I'm just going to take care of something.
Go, please.
Okay, I won't. I guess we'll just keep the chat a little longer then. Since you remember your name. Since you remember the name, why don't we talk about this 1010 you know? What's 1010 like? Or do you not remember that either?
I could never forget about Dun. A little careless, but also kind enough to be my friend every time.
3 traits that I can't see the connection between. Besides that, any places you two have been together? Or any deep impressions you have?
Yeah, we went shopping and ate together. And Dun promised me we'd ride something called a Ferris wheel.
Aren't these all things you do on a date? Anything else? Did Tantan have anything to do with why you're there yesterday, perhaps?
I'm sorry. I actually can't remember everything. I guess I did forget some of them.
There's nothing to apologize for. Do you want to remember what happened before? Skull blinks at me, then reaches up to touch her forehead again.
It'll hurt a little, but if it's memories of being with you, then I want to remember.
This is so confusing. Okay, then I'll try to work out something as well. I might have to go ask Odin and the cryptics. I stand up, and again I feel a tug on my clothing. What is it this time? I spill it out without thinking. Skull, seemingly frightened by my words, trembles slightly. Sorry, what I mean is, anything else I can help you with? She leans over and tries to reach for something on the bedside table. I look over to the bedside table. The red camera that was around her neck is resting on top of it. Here. For some reason, the moment I touch the camera, I'm struck by a fleeting familiar feeling, despite never having seen this model before. Maybe we really have met before.
Thank you.
Skull takes the camera and then raises it in front of her face. Huh? What are you doing?
Dun once said that if I was afraid of forgetting something important, I should use this to take a picture of it. Things that make me happy. Things I like. There are lots of things I want to remember later. This way, I won't forget them.
Does anyone know who this voice actor is? She sounds so familiar, but I just can't pinpoint it. It's actually bothering me a little bit.
The puppet show has begun. it's like you who know how to behave.
An enemy. Right on time.
Shoddy little puppet.
Slay them all.
The end was doomed long ago, as expected.
Yeah, I know. I'm just asking for those who are actually familiar. They timegate the story? I mean, that's not really a bad thing for me. I can pace it instead of doing it all at once. I fill out Odin on Skull's memory loss.
I see. Not only was she attacked, she's even forgotten her own past. Before they awaken, many modifiers would forget about their own identities. But I've never heard of this happening after the fact.
All she can remember now is someone called Tantan.
Are you saying that even you can't do anything to help, Tantan?
Please don't.
Sorry. Right now, her memory is the best clue we have on the attacker. We can't let go of it.
I'll keep trying.
At least she has a few memories, albeit fragmented. Where she went, what she's done, what she's said. These are the trails we'll have to follow. A straight line can be drawn between 2 points on a plane. With enough of a trail, we'll be able to piece together a confirmed past. She was attacked in Einsof, and clues must have been left behind.
But Einsof is huge. It'll be like trying to find a needle in a haystack.
You're not wrong. We've run into the same problem before, when we were investigating your background. But Skuld's case is different. We have a lead, and it's right in front of us.
You don't mean...
She said it herself, didn't she? If it's memories about this Tantan, she wants to remember them. Now, suppose that Tantan wants to take her down memory lane. I'm sure she wouldn't refuse.
But I'm not Tantan.
Even if you aren't, it won't make any difference to our objective. We want to help her remember the attacker. Besides, you've lost your memory before, haven't you? How can you be so sure you aren't still forgetting something?
That is true. At least I remember my own name.
You remembered it wrong.
Fine, you persuaded me.
I hope I'll be hearing good news from you soon.
Odin wears that same unchanging smile, as if there's some deeper meaning underlying that casually placed scenario. Huh. After leaving the office, I knock on the treatment room door. Hi, Skuld. Can I come in?
Yes, then. Oh, sorry.
I open the door. She hangs her head as if closely scrutinizing something on the futon. The corners of the futon are exactly as they were the day before, and the slippers are neatly arranged under her bed. It doesn't look like she's left the bed once. It's fine. If you're used to calling me Tantan, then you can just call me that.
Really? I'm so glad. Oh, right. This is for you.
Careful. Just as Skull's feet touch the ground, she begins to fall straight forward, like a wooden staff released from someone's grasp. What's up, King GM? Skull falls into the crook of my arm. As frail as her shape looks, and the unexpected weight I feel on my arm makes my face flush.
Dun Dun, are you okay?
You mean he's blushing? I'm fine. You've been sitting for so long. Suddenly standing up like that would make your feet go numb.
Go numb?
Oh, she doesn't know what that means either. She moves back a few steps, then releases her hold on my arm, making sure that she can stand.
Numb? Is that like the tingling you feel when you get an electric shock? Because that's what I just felt. Oh no! What have I done?
Skuld looks at a wad of crumbled white paper in her right hand. It looks like it was once a paper airplane, but it met an unfortunate end in the crook of my arm.
It took me so long to finish. I wanted to give it to you, Dun Dun.
I'm pretty sure paper airplanes don't take that long to make. My doubts aside, I accept the paper airplane. I flatten and fold it back into shape, blow a puff of air, and let it fly out the window. There, all fixed.
You threw the paper airplane away.
Huh?
Dun Dun. You threw away the gift I made you.
Does she not realize what a paper airplane's? Her voice starts to tremble, like flags beckoning rain. Her eyes slowly well up with tears. What? Yeah. She doesn't realize why she made the paper airplane in the first place. It's Shut up. Shut up, Skill. I did nothing wrong, okay?
Why did you throw away the gift I worked on so hard?
Why? Because paper airplanes are made to be flown. Thank you.
Then, that red plane in the hall. Will you throw that away one day too?
No way, Zinkabo would kill me. The point is, you can think of paper airplanes like this. When you let them go, they'll take all your troubles and misfortune far, far away.
Can they really do that?
Well, it's hard to say. Skull lowers her head as if in thought.
I don't understand.
I'm so confused with this character. You don't have to. When it comes to this sort of thing, all you have to do is feel it.
Feel it. I see. I'm really happy to be out spending time with you.
We're not out here just to hang out. You should pay attention to our surroundings and see if they remind you of anything. Generally speaking, revisiting familiar places is a good way to jog your memory.
I remember this street. It's where we first met, Dun Dun.
And?
You wanted to buy some clothes. Then...
Okay, anything else?
No, sorry.
It's fine. I was rushing you a bit there. Let's walk around. Do you have any photos in your camera? Like some photos of you together with Tantan?
They're gone. Some were lost. Others disappeared.
Don't lost and disappeared mean the same thing?
I want to go there.
Skull suddenly pulls my hand and points at the newly opened barbecue restaurant called Char Grill. Funny, I just went there with Ver a few days ago. That's done purposely, right? Do you like barbecue?
No, I've never had it. But I'd like to give it a try.
Let's go then. At a nearby corner at the same time.
Oh, I want to have barbecue too.
But Bear, didn't you just eat here with the administrator a few days ago?
Yeah, but it's barbecue. How can I ever get sick of it? And not only can I not have any, I have to stand guard and watch them gobble it all down. Now that's what I call abuse.
Do you know about the administrator's constitution? It'd be dangerous if we don't have modifiers nearby for too long. Even more so right now with that modifier attacker still on the loose. Also, I hear this girl won't talk to anyone but the administrator.
I know, but still.
There, ever since Scald pulled the administrator's hand, you've been squeezing mine real tight. Ow!
Huh? I'm so sorry, little OC. I didn't even realize. Sorry.
Not so loud there. I'm worried the administrator's ears will...
Did I sense a little bit of jealousy? Did that hurt your heart a little bit, seeing? I definitely didn't expect that from you, Ver. Okay, yeah. Thanks, Osiris, but my hurting ear says it's too late.
Something wrong?
Skull looks up from her camera, which is currently pointed at the barbecued meat. No, nothing. Smiling, I rest my hand on my right ear and discreetly lower the volume of my earbud. Don't worry, Vert. She's got nothing on you. How do dorms work? The same way they work in every other game. Dorms aren't really like special in this game. They work the same way. I don't mean to sound like rude about that, but they work the same way. You know what I mean? Like they're not too special. You drop stuff down, you decorate, you get new furniture, and they, yeah. After we finish eating, we leave the restaurant in a single file. It's been like this since the morning. Maybe it's out of timidness, but she's always following behind me like a shadow. The owner of the restaurant gave me this mascot charm. Here, you should take it, Skull.
You're giving this to me? It's so cute. Thank you, Dun. Also, the barbecue was really tasty.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. Speaking of which, you and Ver both like barbecue. I bet you could become good friends.
There.
She's a friend of mine. If we got the chance, we could all go out for barbecue together next time.
Yes, barbecue!
Oh, don't shout in my ear like that. It's...
Volume there?
Friend. Are we friends too, Dun Dun?
We are now.
We are? I'm so glad.
All of a sudden, a cat leaps out from the grass and runs straight into Skuld. Skuld, are you okay?
I'm fine. But the charm.
The small gift we just received from the barbecue restaurant hangs from the mouth of a cat, which is now darting off into the distance. What rotten luck. We just have to ask the owner for another one next time.
You gave it to me, Dun Dun. No, we can't let the cat take it.
She kind of sounds like Ver too. Skuld has barely finished speaking, and she's already after it. Wait a minute, Skuld. I instinctively take off after them.
What's going on, Admin? Why is your position moving so fast?
Ver, could you help me get another charm from the barbecue restaurant? I'll meet you in a second at intersection up ahead later.
Okay, sure. I'll go now.
Of course you will.
That's not gonna work. I just asked the owner, and he said he already gave away the last charm.
Admin, did you hear her? There are no more charms left. Hello? Can you hear me, Admin?
As I'm chasing after Skuld, I suddenly realize that my earbud must have fallen out somewhere along my mad dash. I finally spot Skuld. She already caught up with the bolting cat. Skuld, you're so fast.
Give it back. Give me my charm.
Breathless and exacerbated, Exasperated, sorry. What is that word? Exasperated. Skull furiously rubs the cat's head. The little furball, however, doesn't seem to mind her at all. Maybe let go of the charm the moment it realized it wasn't the food. So, most likely it dropped the fucking charm when she was dashing after it.
The charm. Dun-Dun's charm.
Scold, wait here for me.
Where are you going, Dun-Dun?
If you run into any danger, just yell out. Yeah, just play with the cat for a little bit. I'll be back. I sprint over to the appointed spot. Ver and Osiris are already there waiting for me.
Administrator! Here, the charm.
Thank you, Ver. Sorry, my earbud fell out. I'll bring Skull back to HQ in a little bit. No, I didn't say exasperated the first time. I said exacerbated. And I was like, what? Where did the B come from? That's why I stopped and said it again. Her Ver smiles and waves at me as I leave, but why does she look so tired? Anyways, the clock's ticking. Better go back first. I'm back. Sorry to make you wait. Skull is sitting on the ground looking helplessly at her empty hands, like an abandoned kitten. It's only a charm. Why is she so upset? I curl both my hands into fists and extend them towards her.
What are you doing?
Pick the right one for a gift.
A gift? But, Dun-Dun, I just got one from you.
You can give a gift whenever you feel like it. It purely depends on my mood, and I'm in a good one. Skuld clutches her sleeves anxiously as her brows knit together. She carefully examines my hand several times, but still hasn't made a decision. You don't have to. Just pick one.
I can't. No gift from me if I pick the wrong one. I have to think this through.
You get it even if you pick the wrong one. Trust me.
Choose this one.
Skull points to my right hand. I open it. Inside is the charm I just got from Ver. For some reason, I also breathe a sigh of relief. Well done, Skull. You guessed the right one. You guessed right in one go.
No, I actually chose the wrong one the first time.
Huh? What do you mean?
This was the charm that... Did you go get it back for me?
Yep, the cat dropped it in the flower bed.
No wonder. The charm looks way older now. Kittens.
Older? Didn't we just get it from the restaurant owner? I think back to how Ver was all sweaty and out of breath just before. Looks like I owe Ver a few rounds of barbecue. I'm confused on where this is going.
The puppet show has begun.
Are we just protecting this little girl?
Eclipse feathers, it's like you even know how to behave.
I can hear my sword breathing.
Just as well. I was in a bad mood anyway.
Swift as the wind.
Welcome the first rays of the morn with me.
There was only one round of...
The end was doomed long ago, as expected.
Wait, I thought she just meant it was dirty. She actually sees it like as if it's older, like for real? I thought she just meant it was dirty. Anyway, did you have fun today, Skuld? Beaming, Skuld nods her head vigorously. Glad to hear it. She said she chose the wrong hand the first time. Question mark? Glad to hear it. Though, it's a shame we haven't made any progress on your memory.
I'm sorry.
Don't be. It's not your fault. Sorry, I was just thinking about how other modifiers are still in danger as long as the attacker is still out there.
If that makes you unhappy, Dun, then I'll help too.
Thank you. After comforting me, Skull's eyes fall into an injury she got during the day on her right leg. It's a scrape from when she was chasing the cat. It didn't bleed, but it was still given a simple treatment.
Band-Aid.
Band-Aid, do you need one?
Mm-mm. You put it on me before, when I fell down.
Can you remember when this happened or where? If I can confirm the time and place, maybe I'll be able to find out who Tan is from the CCTV.
A long time ago. More than 100 days ago. In a place called Amusement Park.
100 days ago. She knew exactly. An amusement park. What was it like?
There were balloons and plushies everywhere. And a huge chess piece.
A huge chess piece. Was it Valiran theme park? Funny, I was just there a couple days ago.
I don't know its name.
And let's go there tomorrow. That way you can be sure.
Huh? Go to an amusement park with you? Yeah, I'll be there.
Now I'll come to you tomorrow. For now, you need to rest.
Wait.
Just as I'm about to leave, Skull tugs the corner of my clothing just like last time. Still afraid of being by yourself after the attack? You'd like to hear a story?
Story? You'll tell me one?
Yep. They say my stories are pretty good at putting people to sleep, meaning they're boring. Skull nods, her eyes gleaming. But what are bedtime stories usually about?
There was once a high tower that led straight up to the heavens.
That opening. I know this story. Is that the one you want to hear? I'm surprised you know it. Not a lot of people do. Since the judge has made her decision, I began telling the story without any qualms. Okay, it's one of these where they're just going to give me small pieces of the whole thing. And we're just going to sit here and wait until it finishes. Long, long ago, God created people, but these people had never seen their God. Okay, I can force it. One day, one of the people said, I've never beheld the form of God. If I can't see God with my own eyes, then God doesn't exist. Right. Behold means to look at or to see. I know. Someone else took issue with this reasoning. God resided high above in the heavens, and ordinary people couldn't just see God whenever they felt like it. However, a great many people agreed that there was no God in this world. But then, another person stood up and said, let's go to the heavens and see for ourselves. It won't be easy, but I want to prove the existence of God. The essence. Hardly anyone followed this person at first. They all assumed that this was just some drunken rant. But, true to her word, she began to painstakingly design a tower tall enough to reach the heavens. With the great possibility of seeing God now in front of them, more and more people joined her. Days passed, then years, and from the moment I double tapped it already. I'm not pressing it again in fear it might skip it. Days passed, then years, and from the moment she began her work on this Tower of Heaven, the devout believer's feet didn't touch the ground once. Whoa. Then, did they get there in the end? Looks like she's getting sleepy. Yes. It's a story, so of course. It has an idealistic end. She saw God just as she'd hoped, and proved to the skeptics that the entity she worshipped day and night truly existed. I really wish it would let me force this forward. However, God was not as kind as she thought. Furious at this mortal's intrusion, God destroyed the believer, along with her tower. Destroyed? Maybe that was for the best. She seems to be fast asleep. Still, I can't help but think this made for a strange bedtime story. I turn off the nightlight by the door and walk out of the treatment room, making my way back to my own room. The bedtime story seemed to have an effect on me as well. That night, I had a bizarre dream. I dreamt that the tall tower was destroyed over and over again, only to be rebuilt each time. Standing atop the tower wasn't the devout believer, nor was it God's existence that she wished to prove. She wanted to use this lofty tower to prove her own existence. Huh. This is interesting, but I'm so confused on where it's really going.
You're not using this whole memory recovery thing as an excuse to travel around on our dime, are you?
I mean, maybe I am. And guess what? You gonna pay for it anyway, because we need this intel. You got me.
Alright, enough kidding around. Going to Valley-Rand theme park isn't the problem. Do you know what is? Valley-Rand theme park officially opened last month. Yet she says she went more than 100 days ago.
She represents the future. So maybe she time traveled, or she sees the future. I don't know. Maybe she remembered the time wrong.
Some serious amnesia to confuse 30 with over 100. The question is, does she really have amnesia? Or is she hiding something?
I'll keep my eyes and ears open.
Thor and I didn't have any success today either. We're counting on you now. She will assign Ver and Osiris to watch your backs.
I'm confused because if Ver knew her, then wouldn't Ver, have said something? The next day I arrive at the treatment room at the time I promised to take Skuld out. Except, you don't want to go?
I'm sorry.
Where's this coming from all of a sudden? You seemed excited to go yesterday. Are you not feeling well?
It's not that.
Skuld wraps her arms around herself. She doesn't want to answer.
I didn't mean to go back on what I said, Dun. It's just that...
Don't worry about it. We can go another day. We have an itinerary ready whenever we feel like it now.
We could do something else?
Skuld squats down. She takes one crumbled ball of paper after another from under the bed and lays them out in front of her. No, wait, looking closely, they aren't just paper balls. They look more like failed laborious attempts to make origami.
I wanted to make what you were talking about, Dun. Something that could carry troubles and misfortune far, far away.
She had this hard of a time just making a paper airplane. Still, her persistence is commendable. I quickly take a sheet of paper out from the drawer and place it in front of her. They're not hard to make. Want me to teach you?
Yes. I spent so much time trying to make one, but all I ended up with was wrinkly paper.
Okay, watch carefully. Didn't she make one the other day? Here, this sheet is for you. I take the smooth paper and press it to make several folds and creases. Interconnected and interlocked, these folds and creases extend from the flat surface to form a three-dimensional shape. Damn, I pressed it twice like I do in Arknight. There, just like that. Customarily, I give its tip my blessing. God, wow. The whole sentence just went to jumbled letters. Customarily, I give its tip my blessing breath before tossing the paper airplane. It flies in a semicircle around the room, then nosedives towards the headboard of the bed. When I look back at Skuld, she used my method to make a rudimentary paper airplane, but her imprecise workmanship has made this finished product look a little crude.
I can't do it like you did, Dun Dun.
You just have to take your time, that's all. Here, let's do it together. Step by step, I guide Skuld through the folding process. Go find your glasses, bro. I've been looking for the past couple days. I think I left them somewhere. There, your very own paper airplane, Skuld. Following my example, Skuld breathes out a puff of air at her work. The force and angle of the throw are somewhat lacking, but the plane still pulls off a smooth flight.
Oh, amazing, Dun Dun.
It's all about experience. The more you practice, the better you'll get at it.
Practice. So that's what it is. I had to practice a lot before as well.
What? Before, what was it like?
Closing my eyes, opening my eyes, then coming up with the correct answer as quickly as possible. I've always had to practice this.
That's not what I was thinking, but what the heck is she talking about?
But those answers never meant anything to me. I didn't like them. I just wanted to spend time with Dun Dun. Everyone else didn't like me. The Skuld who couldn't come up with the answer.
Who are everyone else? I forget what I want to ask when I see Skuld bring her hands to her head.
That reminds me. Can we take a photo together today, Dun Dun? I planned to take one on the Ferris wheel, but I'm sorry.
There's nothing to be sorry about. We have plenty of time. We can just go on a different day. I raise up the camera and take a picture of the two of us. Of course, my head is blurry, but as the photo gradually develops, I realize that I got the focus wrong, and only the top of my head made it into the photo. In the center of the picture, Skuld is smiling into the lens. I thought I double tapped again. Seeing this failed photo, a disconcerted expression appears on her face.
Let's take another one.
The way she just sounded, that was off.
Still, I don't get it. You're the one that first taught me to use this camera, Dun Dun.
Well, I'll definitely get the composition right this time. There, this one should be perfect. It did that on purpose because we aren't supposed to have a face. So, yeah. Strange. I'm sure I pressed the shutter. Why isn't the camera doing anything?
Let me see. It's out of photo paper.
Mintha, Luke, look after our guests.
Eclipse feathers, scatter. This is where fate gathers.
It must hurt.
Such ugliness. It never exists. of your sins.
Dance, my maid.
Eclipse feathers, scatter.
Swift as the wind.
Welcome the first rays of the morn with me.
Surrender your... The end was doomed.
They don't last long enough for me to actually use my freaking... Ver. Okay. The conflict. With our amusement park plans canceled, and me being restricted from going out, I slip into a deep sleep in the break room. In my dream, that colossal, sky-reaching tower makes another appearance. Only this time, a giant bird with black feathers and a golden right eye is perched atop the tower. The bird looks over the mortal realm below the tower, its feathers shifting like ink blots diffusing on paper, stretched down from the sky. It seems to be looking for something. Then the bird casts its gaze over the sea mist to meet mine. Fierce winds, thunder, and lightning suddenly burst forth. The massive tower falls to the ground, shattering to pieces, and the giant bird takes off, slicing through the clouds with its wings. At the foot of the tower, cobbled together with despair and silt, all that remains is a looming mountain of bleached bones. The moon and stars shining in the night sky beyond the window tell me I've slept away the whole afternoon. As I press my hand over my wildly beating heart, I can feel sweat drenching down my body through my shirt. Is this because of the story about the tower?
Administrator, you're finally awake. I trust you haven't forgotten it's time for the meeting.
I didn't, Lord Mimir. As I push open the door, I run into Vera as she's passing through.
Admin, did you get Miss Shu's message about the meeting as well?
Yeah, she said we have something to discuss.
The modifier attacker still being at large is really bothering Miss Shu and Odin. I'd better step up my game.
We walk a little further before I realize that all the big lights along the way are out, leaving the corridor unusually dark with only the small lamps lit. Is something wrong with the medical center corridor? The shrill beep of the communicator notification suddenly rings out.
From the meeting room, Administrator. Let's go take a look.
It's a medium distance from here to the meeting room. It's obviously the time we were called to meet. Yet, we don't run out into a single other person on our way there. On average, 1 out of every 4 corridor lights we pass is broken and flickering. My eyes ache and a feeling of unease starts to swell up from my chest.
It's so quiet.
When we reach the meeting room door, it's deathly quiet all around, like a nightmarish monster has swallowed up all the sounds and lights. The fingerprint reading padlocks the door tight without betraying a hint of what lies inside. It's as if Pandora's box would fling open the second a finger touched the lock.
We didn't see anyone else on our way here. We must be late. Miss Shu's gonna give it to us when it's over.
Wait a second, Ver. Something's not right here. Hearing this, Ver retracts her finger. But the keen sensor has already read her fingerprint. The piercing chirping coming from the door has unlocked. The piercing chirping coming from the door as it unlocks drowns out our breathing. The sound plunges into the depths of the flickering corridor, then laps against our ears in waves of phantasmic echoes.
What is it, Administrator?
Get your access key out. My brows furrow as I feel increasingly suffocated by the gloom. After Ver takes out her sword as ordered, I grip my gun with both hands, readying myself for an indoor firefight. Seeing me get into tactical position gives Ver a start. Sword in hand, she rushes ahead of me to the door and gets in front of me. What unfolds before us next is a scene neither of us would have dared to believe if we hadn't seen it with our own eyes.
Thor?
Okay, we're finally gonna understand. The meeting room is in utter disarray, and the walls are riddled with cracks and craters. The length of exposed wire dangles from the fractured ceiling with a swaying lamp hanging from the end of it. The only active light source in the room is blindingly bright in the darkness. Thor, her heavy hammer resting over her shoulder, doesn't acknowledge Ver. She just stands under the light, her head lowered, apparently fixated on something in the shadows before her. A weakened murmur, muffled by blood and froth, comes from Thor's direction. It's a voice Ver and I are all too familiar with.
Miss you.
Oh, that shoe on the ground? Oh, I see it. The swaying light sweeps through the shadows by the podium, illuminating the slumped figure on the floor. Her clothes are tattered and disheveled. Her cheek is covered in blood, and her grip on the lance. Oh, I see all of it now. Wow, shit. And her grip on the lance in her hand is faltering. She looks badly wounded.
What happened? Careful. Stay where you are.
Wow. Too bewildered to hear Shu's words, Ver puts away her sword and rushes over to Shu's side.
Bad. Hang in there. I'm calling the medical department.
I take in the gruesome signs of the battle that took place in this room. Never in my wildest dreams would I have imagined such a scene materializing in Aether Gazer. Before us is a room laid to waste. Behind us is a dead silent corridor, standing in the junction dividing these two scenes. I feel more dazed than terrified. What happened, Thor? Was there... I look over at Thor, then it hits me. Thor completely uncharacteristically hasn't reacted at all since we came into the room. It's only when I shout out her name that she turns her head to look at me. There in her eyes, I can clearly see that pulsating of a strange, menacing light. The moment our eyes meet, an immense pressure surges up that seems to clench tightly around my heart. As I reflexively raise my gun and aim it at Thor, I see the hand around the handle of her hammer stir. At last, coughing up. Oh God, this is like a horror scene. And Thor is like the one that's like... At last, coughing up the congealed blood. Congealed? Yeah, congealed blood lunged in her throat. Shu strains to squeeze out this single syllable.
What? Run!
Using up the last of her strength, Shu shoves Ver out of the way, then thrusts her lance at Thor's chest. But with a... Why don't they animate this? But with a weighty whoosh, Thor effortlessly sends the lance flying with her hammer. Shu, knocked into the podium with tremendous force, expels a mouthful of blood.
Thor, what are you doing?
Thor doesn't say a word, but searing lightning crackles around her hammer. Ver has just drawn her sword, but before she can react, she smashed into the wall. Ver? Thor again faces Shu, raising her hammer. Cold sweat drips from my forehead as I try as hard as I can to control my breathing. Without hesitation, I unload the full magazine of bullets at Thor. This is the first time I've ever pulled the trigger at a modifier, but are you even still our comrade anymore, Thor? Pale lightning immediately fans out and envelops Thor, blocking the bullets and grinding them into tiny shards of iron in a burst of flying sparks. She stops, then turns. Wow. I do need my glasses. She stops, then her head turns mechanically towards me. Her eyes, utterly absent of emotion, lock onto me once again.
You're traitors as well.
Find the glasses, bro? I don't know where they are. I've destroyed my place looking for them. I think I left them somewhere. What? An intense, suffocating sensation comes over me again. Thor's icy gaze regarding me like prey with nowhere left to run, to tears at my self-perceived tenacity like its flimsy sheet of paper. My breathing grows rapid and my hands feel heavy like lead. The only conclusion I can draw at this moment is we can't stay here. Forget about Thor. We have to get Shu out of here. I bellow at Ver while continuing to fire at Thor. Out of the corner of my eye, I see the fallen Shu's lance stir slightly. From behind Thor, Shu strains to open her eyes, then shakes her head at us. She doesn't have the strength to speak, but I know what she wants to say. A thunderbolt cracks in the room. In a blink of an eye, the jet black hammer. Oh my god. They're doing such a good job at like painting it in your head. The jet black hammer head advances 30 feet and is now rapidly expanding before my eyes. I'm caught completely off guard. I know there's no evading this attack. All I see is Ver's back as she appears in front of me. Then a tremendous force sends us both hurtling into the corridor. I roll across the floor several times before coming to a stop. Gritting my teeth to shake off the dizziness, I force myself up. Thor, however, is not in pursuit. Ver? Just as I raise my head, a gust of wind to the face forces my eyes to squint. In my narrowed vision, I make out Ver standing beside me, sword in hand. Then I see the room's door rapidly closing from the wind's pressure. The final thing I see through the door before it shuts is a sea of lightning and blooming sparks. A lance being knocked away a second time, and Shu's right hand dropping inertly under the dim light. Oh, fuck. Was that the hammer hitting? Yeah, the sound of a heavy hammering beats rhythmically from behind the door. Interspersed, I think that's the word, with the sounds of things being broken and shattered. Ver walks to the door in a stupor. Her body, stupor? Her body and voice beginning to tremble uncontrollably. Ignoring the pain in my body, I stand up, take her by the hand, then make a run for the other end of the corridor with everything I've got.
Administrator, we have to save Miss Shu.
We need helpers. We can't take on Thor by ourselves. The sound of a wall collapsing behind me rocks my already turbulent breathing rhythm. I whip my head around and I see a girl with her hammer already raised high, like a blood moon halfway up into the night sky. What the fuck is happening? Are we about to fight her?
I will complete
Oh, okay.
mission.
Wait, what?
enemies! Watch out!
I will beat you. Keep on the offensive.
Take my sword!
I'm ready.
I thought it was close enough.
We'll see who wins after this! Take my sword!
Oh, what? She was actually there.
A beautiful victory! I did pretty good, didn't I?
Oh, fuck. She was actually there. That scared the fuck out of me, seeing her run at me like that. Oh, she went and got her other access key. She said, we ain't playing this game. This is like a fucking horror movie. You hear the walking as she's dragging the hammer. Oh, what the fuck? The sound of a heavy hammer being dragged resound. Look at that. That's good sound design. I guessed what was happening before they said it to me. The sound of a heavy hammer being dragged resounds intermediately throughout the medical center corridor. Ver and I try our best to keep our heartbeats and foottails down as we proceed in the opposite direction of the screeching sounds, endeavoring to make our way to the exit to the other floors. But the noises coming from Thor eat at our bones like gangrene. It's as if she could appear behind us at any moment.
Are we gonna keep running, Admin?
We only have one chance to leave this floor. If we want to find the others, we have to take it. That said, why haven't these loud noises drawn anyone else's attention? What the hell is happening?
I'll distract her. You go find the others.
It won't be that easy. Besides, how far can I get without you, Ver? Thor's too powerful, and I don't want to see you face her on your own. For now, we have to avoid any direct confrontation.
Scared now, traitors!
Oh, this is great. What? With a great boom, the wall next to me is blasted apart. Ver quickly pulls me out of the way of the flying debris. I can faintly make out the silhouette of Thor in the rising dust, as well as 2 points of the red flickering light. What traitors? Thor, what the hell are you talking about?
Shut up. You're getting what you deserve for colluding with the Visbanes. To think Aether Gazer's fallen this low.
What the fuck? Suddenly, Thor's outline vanishes from the dust. Ver yanks me away, nearly dislocating my shoulder with a sudden acceleration. And once again, we're propelled backwards by a violent shockwave. When I return to my senses, Thor's hammer has turned the ground where I once stood into a shrunken crater with spiderweb-like cracks branching out towards my and Ver and I's feet.
You're not getting away.
And she doesn't even have the green hair, so that's what's making me feel weird about this. She did in the image, but she doesn't here. I don't see any point in reasoning with her. I pull Ver with me as I make a frantic dash away from Thor. At the same time, I draw my gun and fire at Thor's head, hoping to stall her for even a second.
Administrator, the breaker.
I understand at once what Ver means. Fire my last remaining bullet into the circuit breaker on the wall. The corridor is instantly plunged into darkness. Running mechanically in the oppressive silence, Ver and I can only sense each other in the darkness. Somehow, not hearing the sound of Thor's pursuit is even more unsettling. That was a horrible decision. I get it, but it was a horrible decision. Where did Thor go? Ver, we need to hide. Ver touches the handle of a nearby door and pushes it down. It's unlocked. We slip into the room and close the door behind us. All we hear is the lightless room. All we hear in the lightless room is each other's breathing and heartbeats. Remembering the floor plan in my mind and mapping out the direction and distance of our movements, I frown as something occurs to me. I think we're in Zinkabo's ward. Why are all the lights off? There's also a strange smell. Oh no.
Administrator, I think I see something by the bed.
Oh no. She's already got Zinkabo. I turn on the small flashlight I have on me, letting a hazy stream of light pour into the room. We're definitely in the inpatient ward, and Zinkabo's name card is next to the bed. The bed is, however, empty, and the covers and sheets have all been tossed around, and like, oh no, no. But our minds are no longer on Zinkabo's whereabouts.
Apollo?
What is happening? Sitting stiffly at the edge of the bed, like a stone statue, Apollo's head is hung low. His eyes are unfocused and all the color is gone from his face. And now, I know where the strange scent was coming from.
Apollo?
He's dead.
Oh
okay? My God. What is going on? Apollo. Oh man. The front of his shirt is soaked with a large crimson blotch. Still wet, the liquid drips down the belt. Down the belt around his waist to form a thin, winding stream of red extending towards the corner of the room, as if he like dragged himself to that location where he ultimately died. Oh my God. The sight intensifies the effect of the scent, forcing down the rising discomfort in my throat. I crouch down to check Apollo's life signs.
Is he?
I shake my head at Ver. Bullets have torn through his clothing in several places. Bullets? One of which pierced straight through his heart, taking his life with it. What the fuck has happened? He was shot, which means Thor didn't do this. He isn't carrying a weapon, so this must have been a surprise attack. I look back at the vacant hospital bed, guessing that the situation might be even worse than I thought. My head starts to spin. Let's go. It's not safe here either. I turn off my flashlight. Just as I'm about to take I'm actually like, it went from the story being so like, where is this going, to just a dark random place. I turn off my flashlight. Just as I'm about to take Ver with me out of the room, the four corners of the door suddenly light up with a radiant electricity. And what the fuck? The hinges all rupture at once, and the door sweeps a meter forward into the room with a Hold on, let me calm down. Oh God. With a shrill, scraping sound before tilting backward and thudding to the floor.
Spineless rats.
Several lightning arcs pierce the ground by Thor's feet. All the lightning devices in the ward set to work, illuminating the room inside and out.
Oh? Seems you've had a dispute.
Thor's eyes sweep over a lifeless Apollo. Her hammer in hand, she enters the ward.
But no worries. You'll be joining him in no time.
Don't even think about it. You'll not touch the administrator.
I want to know how they transform like instantly like this. I get how the access keys work, but what the fuck? Ver takes out her sword and shield to meet Thor. With nowhere left to run behind us, determination gathers in her eyes again. If we want to escape, Thor must be defeated or at least beaten back. But determination can't make up for the chasmic difference in strength. As the power gathering in the hammer climbs steadily, Thor shoots a glance at the incoming Ver, then airily swings her handle. Why do I feel like Thor just got tossed? Trailing milky plasma. The hammer crashes into Ver's shield with unstoppable force. The shield, unable to sustain the impact, begins to crumble bit by bit while blood spills from the corners of Ver's mouth.
Disappointing. You ganged up with Visbanes for this?
What the heck are you talking about? Ah!
In a sudden switch from a press to a rapid lift, Thor flings Ver into the air with her hammer. She then looks back at me as I raise my gun.
My first impression of you wasn't too bad, actually. But you're a traitor. And that puts you on my list.
She trains ahead of the hammer. Oh my god. She trains ahead of her hammer on me. There's nowhere else for me to run.
Where are you looking?
Yo, the voice acting too. Ver stands up, supporting herself against the wall, then resumes a combat stance. Thor tilts her head to look at her, then vanishes on the spot. Like, I can literally see this happening in my head. Like, Thor's looking at me like this, and then she sees Ver at the corner of her eye, and she just like tilts her head like this. Like some possessed shit. Like it's crazy. Ver. Like a ghostly apparition, the hammer's head suddenly appears embedded in the wall behind Ver. It missed. Ver seemingly anticipated this move from Thor, bent her knees and crouched to avoid the hammer. She immediately draws her sword before Thor can retrieve it. But her blade's target isn't Thor. It's the wall Thor shattered.
Administrator! Over here!
The wall, now vined with cracks, breaks apart as Ver slashes at it with all of her might, revealing an opening large enough for a person to pass through.
What? Another round of chasing game?
Thor retrieves her hammer. Without a second's hesitation, Verthani lunges at her, taking the fight to a distance more favorable to her sword.
Go find Odin. She'll know what to do.
Oh no. And Odin said earlier that she's stronger than her. I'm so scared. I'm so fucking scared. The sound of a weapon slicing through the air whips past my ear. The strained gut Ver makes as she holds back the attack makes my blood run cold. Don't be a fool, you'll...
I'll be fine. Trust me. I'll hold her off until you get back.
Bitch, she just threw you into a fucking wall with one hit. What do you mean you'll hold her off? The scene before me rapidly distorts before my eyes, like a photo warping as it's crumbled. The blood in this room is burned into my mind's eye. First Apollo's and now, gradually, verse 2.
You barbecue brain tag along!
Why you gotta throw the barbecue part?
Like heck I will, you hot-headed jinx!
God damn. Okay. I pull myself through the opening in the wall to the corridor on the other side on numb limbs. Unable to feel my legs, I feel like the hallway is moving away from me. As I run deliriously towards the elevator, the sound of weapons colliding behind me grows further and further away. Right. Odin. I need to find Odin. She'll know how to stop Thor.
Leave the front to me. I'll keep you all safe.
Don't tell me I gotta fight Thor. Don't tell me I gotta fight Thor. Okay.
You're never gonna penetrate my shield. Piece of cake. Here we go. I'm gonna use this power to keep you all safe. Slash!
Oh shit. Oh fuck!
You're never gonna penetrate my shield. Slash! Access key shot! Lightning! Answer to my will! Nice timing.
Oh, I forgot. It's a parry.
Playtime's over.
What's happening?
This is it for me. Take care of yourself.
I'm glad that was supposed to happen because I waited for it just so I just wanted to see it work. Like, that would have been kind of scary if she actually could defeat me in one hit and I just was... Oh god, there doesn't seem to be any signs that Thor is in pursuit. I take out my communicator from my bag and enter a number for Odin's office, with one disaster after another befalling us up until now. This is the first chance I've gotten to try and contact anyone else. Please connect. Please. The more you want something, the more unattainable it becomes. The sound of my heavy footsteps only makes the wait seem longer until, finally, all I receive in a reply is a busy signal. It's not just Odin. No one in HQ is picking up. I'll just have to go to Odin's office. This is the way. The thought of Ver still waiting for me back there seems to tear open a huge hole in my heart. Yeah, she just got clapped again. I'll hold her off till you get back. Yeah, right. I shake my head, trying as hard as I can to rein in my thoughts. I have to hurry. I need to run faster. Faster. Oh, don't tell me she's dead, bro. Don't tell me she's dead. Of course, I trip and fall. Now of all the times, I seem to feel a dampness on the outer right thigh. Oh no, she's not running on the ground and I tripped over her body, is it? I'm like scared right now. I reach out to touch it and my palm is coated in a sticky blood red. Oh no. I must have cut myself on something sharp when I escaped from the inpatient ward. But it's only now that I'm noticing any pain from it. Okay, it's you. Calling on all my willpower, I force myself up to my feet. I scan my surroundings and then realize I'd fallen right in front of the treatment room door. This is Skull's room. Shoes limply falling hand. The bullet holes in Apollo's chest. These images suddenly flashed through my mind. No, it's too dangerous to leave her here by herself. I drag myself to the door. Just as I reach out my hand to open it, someone opens it from the other side. She's alive. Skull cautiously pokes her head halfway out from behind the door. Shocked to see that it's me, she impatiently opens the door, then looks down at the blood on both the floor and my hand.
Hurt?
No time to explain. You can't stay here. Come with me.
With you? But you're hurt.
Anxious to resume my search for Odin, I pulled Skull by the hand, but a sharp pain in my right leg makes it buckle. Skull catches me and props me up as my body involuntarily lurches downward.
You won't be able to walk like this. Here, let me help you.
She slings my arm over my shoulder, supporting my inebriated body as we walk forward. I'm sorry. I was supposed to be saving you, but now you're taking care of me instead.
There's nothing to apologize for, Dun. Are we going this way?
Yeah, we need to find Odin. She was with me when we found you. She's the only one who can help us now. I want to find Skuld to understand how dire our situation is, but I can't actually even say what's happened.
Okay. Whatever you want, Dun. I'll help you in any way I can.
With Skuld supporting me, we walk down the passageway, not encountering Thor or anyone else along the way. Skuld doesn't say a word the entire time, and the bright lights only accentuate. I knew that was going to happen, and I tried not to put my finger up, but accentuate the oppressive silence. This is it. Here we are. The scale of the main entrance alone speaks to the office's imposing grandeur. Odin's nameplate hangs beside the door. I'm so scared. Just seeing her name makes me feel slightly more at ease. Just the presence of Odin, the strongest modifier, makes me feel like there's no situation that can't be resolved. Odin. Disregarding our difference in status, I call out for her through her office door. But no one answers, yet again.
It's not locked. Should we go in?
Oh no. No. I don't know what's happening. This has to be a dream. This has to be a fucking dream. I suppose we don't have a choice. I'm not authorized to open Odin's office door, but there's no time to mull it over. I draw my gun and fire off several rounds at the lock. The door opens and a faint dripping sound emanates from the other side. The lights from the corridor cast our shadows into the office, where we see another figure sitting at the other end. The clear moonlight shining into the room through the floor to ceiling windows alleys the intrusion by the night's darkness. Oh, Den? Oh, she's dead. You hear the dripping. She's dead. I rush over to Odin, but my feet slowly come to a stop as I process the unfathomable scene before me. This can't be happening. Oh my god, what the fuck is happening here? This has to be a dream. This can't. I can't focus my eyes on anything. I don't know whether to keep approaching or to turn and run. The bladed tip of a gun has pierced through her chest and out through the other side of the chair. Blood trickles down the groove along the side of the blade, then plummets to the floor, drop after drop, like a reaper's ticking timepiece.
What happened to her?
Skuld's shaking voice, my ears ring. Whether I'm really willing to admit it or not, the person in the chair is Odin, the modifier Leader Ver and I pinned all our hopes on. Odin's dead. How? How could Odin, even Odin's? At this point, is there anyone left who can save us? I shake my head in disbelief. It's like my very faith is being mercilessly ridiculed by this bleak night. Like it will all come crumbling down with the lightest push. Just who are we up against? and you hear the walking, my nerves numb, and my biological instincts take over, mechanically driving my muscles. By the time I look back around, I'm already far from the picture of despair. Heavy footfalls sound from the distance. My will to resist, overwhelmed by a profound sense of helplessness, I pull Skuld behind me before drawing my gun as a sort of unconscious reflex. But the sound of footsteps grows nearer and clearer. Something is familiar about them. Ver? Oh, that was fucking creepy. The administrator, where are you? That's creepy. I wish the voice acting was there. The administrator left the medical center with Skuld and headed over to Odin for help, only to find Odin's dead body in the office. Soon after, Vitandi walked up and killed the admin. It's good. I'm gonna do it. I'm not waiting. I was gonna use this to grind, but fuck it. What? Aether Gazer's office, night.
Like
What the fuck? It was a vision this entire time? Or did she like... What was the thing in her... Well, I've seen her do that before in the trailers, but like what... Did she like... I'm so confused. It was the future?
It has a rich, balanced aroma and a striking flavor. Certainly some good tea.
She can reset time. Oh, this is interesting. It has a rich... That means that's going to happen? Wait. So we're going to try and stop that, right? It has a rich, balanced aroma and a striking flavor. Certainly some good
The
tea.
folks over at the quad asked me to take care of something and sent me some tea leaves to try to get on my good side, saying they're the best in Shuheng. Naturally, I brewed you the first cup.
Oh, that was good. That was fucking good. I was like... I was at the edge of my seat that entire time. That was so fucking good.
Thank you. How has that task been going?
A little tricky, but I've made progress. Once everything is sorted out here, I'll see myself to Shuheng one last time.
That aside, how's your own investigation?
The flavor really is superb.
No results yet, huh?
None. Not even a single clue.
Then why stay in Shuheng? Shouldn't you look elsewhere?
I spent a long time combing each Sapphira zone. Each time I'd always find something, even if I didn't get as close as I did in Omorphes. Shuheng is the first place that's left me completely empty-handed.
The back throw of her powers, she forgets a lot of things after. Okay, stop. Don't say anything else. If things don't click, let me be stupid. Let me be stupid.
Is someone trying to keep something hidden?
Most likely. But the more they wipe away any trace of it, the more certain I am to find what I'm looking for there. I've searched for this long already, and a little longer won't hurt. If they want to test my patience, I'll play along.
Do be careful. You can leave everything here to me. Just one thing. Why have you asked the medical department to keep the results of that girl's examination confidential?
Publicizing it wouldn't make a difference, would it? But it would add to the confusion. Besides, I'm not keeping it a secret from everyone. Let's see what Heimdall and the others would say in their findings first.
So, it's another plan you intend to keep me in the dark about?
It would just pain me to see you burdened with more chores. I can deal with this little matter myself. That reminds me, don't you have a meeting with the kids coming up? We can't have their leader showing up late.
It's that close in time?
All right.
Shu shakes her head and turns to leave the office. After walking through the passageway for a little bit, she hears a scream coming from up ahead.
From Skuld's room? What happened?
Help me.
Rushing to the treatment room, Shu pushes open the door and wait, there's only sees Skull sitting by the bed. Nothing in the room looking amiss.
Were you calling for help just now?
Skull lowers her head, her bangs drooping over her eyes.
I'm sorry.
Oh no! She just rewinded time, and just in that second, she forgot everything.
What?
Skull closes her eyes and clenches her fist determinedly. When her eyes open again, a pale gold cross with a ring around it is shining in her left eye. She raises her head and looks straight into Shu's eyes with an expressionless face. In the instant their eyes meet, Shu abruptly stops talking, candidly releases her grip on her lance. Skull's posture relaxes. She reaches out and removes Shu's glasses, then focuses on the crest in Shu's eyes, identical to the ones in her own. She then begins to speak. Please listen to me. A number of strange things have been happening lately, so I've been forced to stay in the office a few hours longer. After finally wrapping up... Wait. So, is she like filling Shu in on what's going to happen and then she forgets? After finally wrapping up the task at hand, I let out a yawn as I exit the office. Then I notice something strange about my surroundings. Is something wrong with the power supply? Those lights are out. Huh? Did I see something? It's hard for me to make out in this lighting, but I see a figure stumbling towards me. Skull? Once we were close enough to identify each other, both of us seemed surprised to encounter the other here. What are you doing here? And why do you seem so flustered? Run, we have to run.
We have to run.
Skull turns around and look at the deserted corridor. She quickly grabs my hand and runs ahead, pulling me with her. Where are we going? Tentatively following Skull's lead, I take out my phone to look at the time. It's already pretty late. Why don't we go out and do something tomorrow? I'll walk you back to your room. Skull doesn't respond. She just keeps running forward with me in tow. Hang on. Can you at least tell me what's going on?
No. If we stop now, we'll be caught.
Caught? I'm not sure I understand. We're in Aether Gazer building, and I haven't heard an intruder alarm or received any operational communication. Before I know it, Skull and I are almost at the stairwell. In the distance, I can make out a familiar figure walking over from the hallway. Shu? Perfect timing. Skuld, whatever's going on, can you just tell Shu?
Don't come any closer.
Okay, stop telling me stuff, Queen. Stop. Nothing else. Nothing else. Just as I'm about to greet Shu, Skuld mutters something to herself and stops. Her face goes white as a sheet. Then she turns and yanks me in the other direction. Huh? This bizarre scene brings some unthinkable speculations to mind. Seeking confirmation, I turn to look back at Shu. Without warning, Skuld wraps her arm around me with all the force she can muster and topples me over, sending us both craning into a room adjoining the corridor. I reflexively protected Skull's head with my arms, but seemed to collide with something hard in the process that leaves my left arm numb and limp. Are you okay? Let go of Skuld. Before I say anything else, a flash of silver bisects my vision. A lance pierces the corridor. Wait, I'm confused all over again. What is happening? The corridor floor outside the door at an angle. An air-piercing whistling in the lance's wake swirls round and round outwards, blasting my chest with a shockwave that knocks me back to the ground. Shu's access key? What's going on?
This way.
The room is pitch black. Skuld pulls me up and, seemingly familiar with the layout, leads me through a small door on the other side of the room, escaping into the hallway. Out of the corner of my eye, I see Shu standing by her lance, regarding us with a complicated expression. What? Wait a minute, Skuld. Shu can't be doing this for no reason. There must be some kind of misunderstanding. Shu, it's me. Now, if you would...
Are you also affected by her?
Affected? Hold on. I don't know what's going on here. Let's just...
Skuld. You still trust her?
What are you suspecting?
I'm beyond suspecting. The results of Odin's investigation are crystal clear, and the evidence is overwhelming. There's nothing I can do to save you, Administrator. But the least I can do is put an end to your mistake. I believe that the real Administrator would do the same thing.
The real me? What are you saying? I am the... I watch as Shu pulls her lance from the floor. Skuld slams the door shut and grabs me and continues running down the corridor. I wrestle with the cryptic things Shu said in my mind, but this sudden turn of events has completely robbed me of the ability to think. I was interacting with and working with Shu as usual just a few hours ago, but now she's aiming her access key at me with no intention of holding back. Something's off. This isn't like Shu at all. Our constant route changes might be delaying Shu's next attack, but with the insurmountable power gap between modifiers and ordinary humans, this game of hide and seek can only go for so long. I failed. I vaguely hear Skuld say a couple words, but I just don't have the mental bandwidth to try and interpret the meaning right now. I fish out my communicator and enter a number I've never dialed before. Odin's. If anyone would be able to save us now, it's her. The thudding of our feet as we run only amplifies the torment. Okay, I think I understand now. Like, I don't know what's happening with everybody else, but I think I understand what's happening with Skuld. I think she's continuously traveling back to try and prevent this from happening. But she keeps on forgetting key aspects of it to try and stop it. So it's happening again, which is why she said I failed. The thudding of our feet as we run only amplifies the torment wrought by each second no one answers. Meanwhile, the intense physical exertion is steadily slowing us down. When I hear Shu's footsteps rapidly approaching from behind us, I know I can't keep waiting to hear Odin's voice. Why? Why is this happening? This wasn't the second time she did it, huh? Nah. Because she said last time a couple times in conversations we've had. So, this isn't the second time. Maybe not even the third.
The stairs.
Somehow, we end up back here. Sometimes we end up back where we first encountered Shu. The only difference now is that Shu is behind us and no one is blocking the way to the stairs. The stairs. Right, there's a landing pad past this flight of stairs. I'm working out our escape route under my breath when I suddenly feel the air begin to converge into a wind stream blowing past us. Our pace immediately drops again as we walk against the wind. Uh-oh. Recalling a move Shu used before in training, I immediately push Skuld out the way. Again, the two of us fall to either side of the corridor. Just when I reach out my hand, the wind pressure coming at us disappears. In its place, a tornado made of countless wind blades comes barreling towards us as Shu thrusts her lance forward. I watch as one solid-looking wind blade after another passes between Skuld and me. The incoming tornado makes contact with my arm, instantly splitting open my arm from the skin down to the bone. God damn. The whipping winds dissipate at the end of the corridor, and Shu's footfalls gradually grow louder behind us. Skuld, completely ignoring our pursuer, runs back to my side. She frantically tears a strip of fabric from her clothing and wraps it around my arm in an attempt to stop the bleeding. But blood continues to spurt out from the wound, and the pain is so intense that I almost pass out. I clench my teeth to keep my consciousness from slipping away. At least until Skuld is safe. We can't stop here. We have to go now. Haphazardly covering the wound in my right arm, I run into the stairwell with Skuld and push open the iron door in the corner. Okay. Wait, what? Oh, shit! She can see it? What the fuck?
That was close.
That is such a cool ass mechanic. God damn it, it's so jarring.
I'm hanging in there.
Oh my god. What the fuck? She could see the move before it happened.
Mintha, Luke, look after our guests. Completely worthless.
Yeah, I can clap anyone with this character.
The impudent shall get their due. It must hurt.
Look at that little bit of damage you just caused. You ain't ready for the smoke. That's all you can do? Whoa! What is that move? Can I do that?
Surrender your body and your soul.
Why can't I do that?
It was assured from the start, of course.
I would have built her a long time ago if she could do that for real. clouds drift across the sky, brushing over the moon above the expansive tarmac. The night's breeze rushing against our faces dispels some of the panic of the chase. That airship over there, go get in. I hobble over to the console at the end of the passageway and push Skull towards the landing pad. As I'd anticipated, there's still a small aircraft parked here.
Come with me, Dun-Dun.
You go first. I'll try to start it up. I press the button on the control panel, then clumsily bring my untrained left hand over to the virtual keyboard. However, the screen does not light up as expected. Huh? What the? I press the start button again, and still the screen remains dark. Why? Is it the power supply system? As if by lightning Oh, you're dead, bro. As if by lightning, I'm struck by the realization of what the problem is. I should have noticed what was wrong the moment I stepped out of the office. The iron door leading from the building to the landing pad should have also been controlled by an electromagnetic lock. Remorse and despair assail my consciousness. Even when the friction of the edge of the button slices my fingertips, I refuse to stop. It's as if I can't feel pain anymore.
That's enough.
A pair of delicate hands clasp my arm. Skull positions herself in front of me, ready to confront the gradually approaching figure in my stead. Skull.
Still standing against me. How long do you think you'll last without someone else fighting for you?
Damn.
I will protect you, Dun-Dun.
A short distance away, I hear the sound of the iron door closing. A frenzied wind rises under the night sky. The girl before me opens her arms and, with eyes burning with rage, fearlessly stares down this far more powerful attacker. For a split second, her figure suddenly staggers, splits, and then overlaps. As I'm overcome with an inexplicable feeling of deja vu, nothing I'm seeing before me seems real. Why is she protecting me? Almost without thinking, I pull her by the arm and shield her behind me. But none of it matters. The next moment, the wind and lance pierce through our bodies. Like, how many rotations of this are we going to go through? Of course, we're just going to witness everyone's fucking death, aren't we?
Oh, Zenki. How could something like this have happened to you? If only I'd been there with you. My light would have dazzled the enemy blind.
Wait, does Zenki kill him? It said bullets, right? Oh no. Sitting beside the hospital bed and looking at the unconscious Zenkibo, Apollo slowly retracts his usual self-obsessed smile.
It's even lonelier when my joke has no audience.
Someone pounds twice on the door from outside. Even as Apollo is turning to look, the visitor has already let themselves in.
Here, Apollo?
I knew it was you from those spirited knocks, Captain. Are you here to see Zenki as well?
Shoes called everyone to a meeting. I just dropped by to check in on my way over. Are you coming or not?
Our wounded Zenki will definitely have nightmares if the sun isn't here to shine on her. I'll be staying here with her tonight. I've already run it by Shu.
All right. You and Zenkibo are both reliable, trustworthy teammates. I hope she gets better soon. Something wrong?
No, nothing. That reminds me. It's been a while since the last time you and I saw each other. Since the meeting isn't starting for a while, why don't you stay here and chat with me for a little bit?
Uh-oh, you got the riz, Apollo?
As long as it's not about your recent glorious feats. Keep me clear of those stories.
Even I know a catch-up is not the occasion to talk about myself. Do you still remember the last mission? The one we did together, before you went to Zhuheng, Captain?
Yeah. Things went pretty out of hand from what I remember.
Right. At the time, we said we would strike on the secret signal. But one of us forgot it, another got it wrong, and the other didn't wait for it at all.
Just a few little hiccups. I handled everything in the end, didn't I?
That smile on her face is kind of cute, though.
Speaking of which, do you remember what the secret signal was, Captain?
Why would I? That was ages ago.
Just take a guess.
Stunning sunlight?
Well, looks like your memory's better than you thought, Captain.
That's only because your secret signals are too lame to forget. All right, I'd better get going to the meeting.
Take care.
Apollo waves goodbye to Thor. Seemingly not to notice, Thor hurriedly goes to leave the ward, but before she closes the door, she casts an impenetrable look back at Apollo.
Right. Since you've decided to stay here and watch over Zenkubo, make sure you stay put today.
Apollo looks quizzically towards the door. He pauses to give this some thought, but remains just as confused.
The captain seem a little strange today. Stay put. Isn't that just the same as saying something's going to happen out there?
Then there's another sharp knock at the door.
She's back again. No. Wait.
There was clearly far less force behind this knock than Thor's.
Come in. Oh, well, aren't you just the picture of a morning glory at dawn, miss? I heard the administrator brought back a damsel in distress. That was you, I presume?
Sorry to intrude, but please listen to me.
Sure, I'm listening.
Seemingly, the pink-haired girl rushed to his side. Apollo promptly goes to fetch a stool for her, but the moment he turns back, he notices the color of her left eye seems to have changed. Her eye radiates, So, I'm confused. Now, is he gonna be the one that's acting weird? After seeing Skuld out, Apollo tucks Zenkubo under the blanket, draws the curtains, and turns out the lights. Then with a flourish of his left arm, he unfurls the glare. Footsteps come to a stop outside the ward. The hallway lights cast a silhouette of a hammer against the glass on the door. The doors to the room are pushed open. In the dark room, a cluster of gleaming golden arrows of light is aimed at the figure outside the
Captain,
door.
I'm afraid I must ask you to stop there.
Oh? Is this how you greet your captain?
I repeat, stop where you are. Come no further.
Do you really think you can stop me with just a few pointy sticks?
Of course not. I know I'm no match for you, Captain. That's why I made a few preparations for our little talk.
Thor steps forward, sneering. Then, the glare's bow and arrows light up once again, and dozens of arrows gather around Thor.
Did someone say something to you?
Just a few words of advice that confirmed the suspicions I already had, Captain. I might have a healthy helping of self-regard, but after all the messes you've gotten us out of, not even I'd believe that Zenki and I are reliable, trustworthy teammates.
It's been a while. Maybe I'm just feeling a little sentimental.
Oh? Then what about the secret signal?
Did I get it wrong? That was such a long time ago. I muddled things up, that's it.
It's not a matter of misremembering. Now I'm certain that you're not yourself, Captain. Our captain always charges straight ahead and wipes out our enemies. We've never used any secret signals.
Thor's eyes fly open when Apollo says this, but her expression quickly changes from a shock to laughter.
I'm not myself.
As Thor snickers, lightning gathers around her hammer, her eyes, overlaid with a ghostly crimson light, are filled with endless rage and hatred. One look is enough to make Apollo's hand tremble. On his taut bowstring.
Know your place, traitor. I thought you were still on our side, Apollo. I didn't expect that you'd force my hand like this.
Thor ignores the solar arrows firing at her, even as their divine power pierces her skin. With enough power to shake the heavens, she swings her hammer at Apollo.
I knew I wouldn't be able to pull off an ambush like this in one blow. But no matter, I still have the advantage. Let's
I'm
bathe this
so
battlefield in sunlight.
confused. What the fuck?
Interweaving light, play your melody.
Oh god, it's close.
Too bad, you miss.
Oh god, she was staying away for so long.
Ready to admire the stars? Here I go! Whew, what a radiant strike. Interweaving light, play your melody. Too bad, you miss. Shining light, be of my use. How else did you think this would end? Such a
I really don't like how he plays, though.
Almost as dazzling as me.
There's so many ways they could have did a bow and arrow character. He just feels weird. Thor lifts her lightning exuding access key high above her head, but a moment later, the current disperses from her hammer like a firework fizzling out in the night sky.
Damn it!
There might be nothing glorious about an ambush, but it was all I could come up with to face an opponent like you, Captain. And now, if you'd be so kind as to come with me.
Apollo raises his bow at Thor, but doesn't immediately fire, and just then...
Pineapple?
Zinkubo suddenly cries out from behind him.
Zenki, you're awake!
All his attention rapidly directed at Thor, Apollo doesn't turn his head, but his joy at his companion's return to consciousness is apparent in his voice.
I wish I could have a more splendid welcome back party ready for you. But I have something to settle with the captain first.
Pineapple, what are you doing here? You never shut up, do you? And where's the captain you're talking about?
She doesn't see her?
Zenki, if you're going to crack jokes, at least read the room first.
Wait. I didn't guess that, did I? You were right? Oh man, what the fuck?
I see your aim hasn't recovered. It's fine. Just don't miss the next one.
The force pouring through his abdomen brings Apollo to his knees. His control over them now lost. The solar arrows filling the room dissipate as well.
VR game is super realistic. So realistic that I feel kinda guilty. Whatever. I've had it up to here with you, Pineapple. That should make us even.
Zinkubo jumps down from the bed and walks past Thor, making her way toward the door. But as if Thor doesn't even see her.
The situation's even worse than I thought.
Kneeling on one knee, Apollo draws his bowstring with trembling hands and aims at Thor again. The arrow's light gradually brightens against the string, but is soon outshined by an even more powerful lightning bolt. The brilliant golden light is quietly snuffed out as the sound of footsteps gradually recede. What is happening? I am so lost. Are we just going to see all of them just die? Outside a restaurant in District 4, two researchers are investigating a quiet street with devices in their hands. A cold wind blows. It's been 4 hours since they started this operation. The smaller of the two girls is wearing an expression that makes no attempt to hide her displeasure.
Phase 6 of zonal information collection complete. Data parsing, 86% complete. Commencing Phase 7 now.
We just completed Phase 7, Okuninushi. The datum is recorded in real time, so do pay it a little attention.
I'm like so curious, but so like there's a huge question mark over my head.
Oh, correction. We just completed Phase 7. I didn't think I'd go out with you today, Heimdall.
Well, we're on this job together for the time being, so I'd appreciate it if you kept your grievances to yourself.
That's not what I meant. My emphasis was on out. I drew an upright 5 of swords today. I had a hunch that something might happen, and really wanted to stay home.
Is that so? Esoteric knowledge isn't my area of expertise. What does the 5 of swords represent?
Conflict and disputes.
But we haven't argued or anything.
I didn't say that we did.
Did she predict something was gonna happen? The two walk over to an inconspicuous alleyway.
Back here again, where Zenkibo and Poseidon were attacked.
Bun Zero, get to work.
Why do you always design your data collection AGI mechas to look like this?
I didn't. I just equipped Bun Zero with a data collection module.
Bun Zero conducts a survey of the area, then hops back onto Kuniushi's hand.
Okay, I pretty much got it. Phase 8 is now complete. No Bane energy was detected, so we can rule out a Visbane attack.
Agreed. Even a cognizant Visbane would leave some trace behind.
All I'm picking up from the site is Divine Grace. Based on the residual quantity adjusted for time decay, we can extrapolate that Poseidon, Zenkibo, and a third modifier were present.
After all these days of investigating, you're telling me this was the work of another modifier?
Are there any records of something like this in the Mirror's files?
There have been clashes between modifiers that haven't fully awakened. Targeted assaults like such, however, do not fall under the category. All 3 of the attacks followed the same MO. Direct, decisive attacks on vital points, followed by the theft of access keys.
This is so interesting.
Not only is the attacker incredibly strong, they're also deeply knowledgeable about modifiers, and know how important their access keys are to them. But the divine power detector should have sensed someone when they awakened, especially when they have been this active.
3 violent crimes is pretty active. The attacker can control Divine Grace, and the divine power detector is a device that scans for modifiers. These 2 facts, though logically inconsistent, perhaps unsurprisingly constitute a major breakthrough in our investigation.
You're assuming...
Think about the Spielt case. If AGI mechas can house Bane energy, then why not another form of energy? It's possible that we simply don't understand this technology's full potential yet. Speaking of which, remember that information Odin wanted us to keep hush-hush for now? About that modifier they brought back a couple days ago? Bun Zero? What's the matter?
Bun Zero leaps out of Kunioshi's arms and spins around
It looks
the
scary.
ground.
Is something coming this way?
The sudden impact knocks Bun Zero into the distance.
Bun 3, attack!
An attacker! Circles of reason.
The attacker moves with strength and agility. In the blink of an eye, they appear before Heimdall and attempt to take her access key.
Circles of reason first. This must be circles of reason. Activate.
The access key emits a glow that instantly blankets the entire alley, briefly slowing down the attacker.
Okuninushi! On it! Bun 3, smash him!
Bun 3 charges at the attacker in the center of the glowing light. But then, the Circles of Reason's light suddenly shifts to Okuninushi on the other side.
What are you doing?
Heimdall doesn't respond. The high energy rays converge at a point directly at Okuninushi in a deadly attack that will pierce through Okuninushi at any moment. Wait, what is happening? A massive figure appears in front of Okuninushi, shielding her.
That was a close one. Nice work, Bun 3.
Bun 3 blocks the lasers, but at the cost of its left arm. Seizing this, Okuninushi launches Bun 1 at the attacker opposite of her. As if following the attacker's orders, Circles of Reasons raises a protective... Wait, Heimdall started attacking... I'm so confused! The blow is so powerful that even the attacker in the shadows isn't left completely unscathed. They frantically bolt out from the force field, drop the Circles of Reason, then immediately retreat into the shadows.
Huh?
Okuninushi turns around to discover that Heimdall is aiming the gun at her.
Heimdall? What do you think you're doing? And what was that back there?
Bun 3 can't move anymore. If Heimdall really fires, Heimdall's expression is as cold as steel, as if she doesn't recognize Okuninushi at all. But then she frowns and lowers the gun.
Okuninushi, did you leak Aether Gazer's internal data?
Of course not. Why the heck would I leak my own research?
Indeed, that's what I thought as well. How could someone who values invention more than her life compromise the stability of their own experimental environment, as well as collaborate with an unknown enemy? That would be too stupid.
Wait a minute. Who are you talking about?
You. The you in my mind. All those inexplicable things I just mentioned are genuinely imprinted into my memory.
What the fuck?
In my mind, I personally witnessed you leak the data. You also told me yourself that you were leaving Aether Gazer.
When did I do any of that? That's absurd.
I know. You wouldn't do anything like that. That's why I didn't fire at you.
Then who were the Circles of Reason aiming at just now?
Reaching a verdict takes time. If there's no error in my judgment and you're uninvolved, then the problem came from...
Heimdall ponders for a moment, then extends her index finger, slowly points at her temple.
Here.
You remember events that didn't happen at all. I think I get it now.
Is the culprit imprinting false memories in the modifiers? Wow, what the fuck?
This is an important clue. The instantaneous onset of this misperception was likely a product of the attacker's ability.
So, it can create false memories. If that's the case, then it's no surprise that they could make quick work of so many modifiers.
Not far away. Footsteps can be heard approaching.
Thor, why are you here?
Of
you were
course.
covering another search area. Had you been here earlier, we might have been able to catch the attacker.
Wait a second. Something's not right. Okuninushi, get away from her!
Yep. It knew that it wouldn't be able to get them, so it went for Thor too. That's crazy! Before Heimdall can finish, Thor's hammer is already coming straight down. Essentially, her Dali is... He went for everyone? Wait. The card drops from Kunioshi's body. The 5 of Swords. Who is the victor holding the sword?
Let's finish this quickly. I'm only halfway through my research.
Oh shit, you fast!
Combat value increase. Perfectly accurate, as always.
I haven't used her since like the...
Shows that you stink and I win.
I haven't used her since the beta.
Those calculations were off.
Ooh, woo, woo, you hurt. You hurt. Like a little bit. Not a lot, but a little bit.
Accurate, as always. Combat value increased.
She's a little slow, bro. Okay, I'm gonna just use this instead.
Circle of reason, fire!
Let's go, Bum Bum 3.
I got your ass.
I don't need your praise.
Mission complete. That's 2 traitors down. Yeah, I'll keep a low profile. One move is all it'll take, and I won't let a single one get away. Whoever's collaborating with the Vispanes, no matter who they are and how many there are, I'll deal with them.
Oh, that's crazy.
I'll wipe Aether Gazer completely off the map if I have to.
And the thing is, I'm just learning about Thor, so I don't know, like, what... There's no way. Are you fucking serious? It's a nice little mini game that they've added. Get to claim the trip rewards. This is interesting. Yo, the story was getting good, and the moment they gave us the answer to what was going on, that's when they decided to cut it off. Oh, what the fuck? Yeah, I'm liking this so far. I was like, okay, it's starting slow. I'm gonna let it cook a little bit. I'm gonna let it cook a little bit. I'm not mad. And it just slowly started like getting better and better. When that shit like hit, when it decided to finally start like giving you something interesting to start paying attention to. Of course it's one of these. Okay, cool. Trip diary. I don't know what this one is. Yeah, after 6 days, outfit trial. Oh, that's right. You get this from the dorm or the restaurant. Oh, man. So how long is this patch cycle? Because if it has 3 sections like that, then I'm expecting it to be around for a while. 28 days. And we get the next 2 pieces in 14. Okay. Are you gonna do Vert's Heartlink story? I wasn't planning on doing it today, but I don't mind. Sure.
Looking for me?
Oh my god, that was so good. The story is just like, it's a night and day difference. Like, it gave you that build up and everything, and then they just kind of cut you off though. Okay, Heartlink stories. They won me over when they started to kill people off, right?
Do you remember anything?
Oh, this is when she met when
Still no good.
a person in Brett prods my forehead and notes something in a hospital-like clipboard.
What about her? Do you remember her?
Oh, this is them researching or trying to see if the admin remembers anything. Okay, wait, I was lost for a minute. A young-looking girl with braided pigtails darts over to me at this juncture as if waiting for her moment.
Surely you remember me, don't you? I'm Verdandi.
Verdandi? A few indistinct images float across my mind. Oh dear, I'm in terrible pain, ain't I? The agony forces me to cut my attempted recollection short.
It's all right. Don't force it. Just let it come naturally.
I'm so sorry. My well-wishers converse quietly with each other, just quietly enough to hide what they were saying. The lady identifying herself as Ver is the only one who makes no attempt to conceal her feelings. She looks shocked and then increasingly positive about something. She's an open book.
I checked all the nearby universities. No record found.
I asked Odin. She approved.
Fantastic! And I thought the division would...
The conversation concluded. The lady in the beret puts her booklet-like thing down and smiles at me for what I think must be the first time.
Greetings. My name is Shu. I'm the current director of Division 9 at Aether Gazer. Have you heard of us?
Aether Gazer? Isn't that the largest comprehensive investment company in Ansof? I recall a memory from somewhere of glancing through their corporate information booklet in a waiting room. You were on the cover, one of those directors.
Good. That saves us some introductions. The truth is, we have another very particular identity, in addition to our Aether Gazer roles. All the members of Division 9 are modifiers.
Somehow, I knew she was about to say modifier. The word struck a bell somewhere in my subconscious. I remember the lady Verdandi saying something about modifiers.
You can relax now. We're modifiers. You're completely safe with us.
Did she say something like that? I could have sworn it. What was I doing before I lost my memory?
Let me cut to the chase. Are you interested in joining us?
Huh?
Those monsters that assaulted you are called Vizbanes. Human beings injured by Vizbanes suffer irreparable, permanent harm. As far as we can tell, you're the only one who has survived such serious corrosion. Yet here you are. Your body just healed itself.
I tried to feel my limbs for signs of injury. I couldn't pinpoint a single thing wrong with me, let alone any sign of the monstrous attack Shu described.
But that doesn't mean you're in the clear. For whatever reason, the Visbane failed to damage your physical form. Yet we do believe they left something inside you. They left some sort of mark in you. As long as it stays, wherever you go, the Visbanes will always be on the hunt for you. In other words, you've become the tastiest morsel they could ever hope to consume.
Interesting. You mean I'm like that highlighted target to these
We tried
monsters?
to remove the mark, but failed. We don't exactly have any experience with it since, as I mentioned, no one's ever survived this before. But there's not all bad news. Keeping modifiers around you will significantly dim the effect of this mark. Which means you are safe if you stay around Aether Gazer's offices.
Is that why you're inviting me to join?
Not entirely. But if you don't mind, I'd like to fill you in on the details tomorrow at our training facility.
My new companions are obviously concerned about complications from my incident. I just wish I could see some evidence of it, so all this could feel less weird. The mysterious accident and subsequent operation has left a giant blank space in my mind where my memories ought to be. It's like I've just woken from a terribly long coma. I take a few steps on my feet, and this alone provokes more hurried footsteps from behind. I turn to see a lady in long pigtails rush over as if a nurse looking over after an elderly patient.
So, you really don't remember me at all, do you?
I'm sorry?
It's all right. No, I should be the one thanking you.
The lady steps back a few paces to bow solemnly in my direction. Hands clasped in prayer-like fashion.
Thank you for saving me yesterday. Thank you. Even if you can't remember what happened. By the way, you haven't eaten anything all day long, right?
Let's grab a barbecue.
On me.
Barbecue? That's kind of funny. It's like that's all that's on her mind. The restaurant is in the same street of Aether Gazer's commercial offices. The lady who introduced herself to me as Verdandi gazes upon the generous helping of meat with succulent longing, as if the mere thought of eating has wiped away all worries from her mind. I, on the other hand, simply stare at the huge platter in front of me, knife and fork in hand, wondering where I should start. The restaurant is not particularly noteworthy, except for the hustle and bustle of patrons coming and going. The impressive commercial district outside and its size are relative opulence. It seems humanity's frontline warriors against the Visbanes dwell entirely within the Division 9's top floor office. The other 200 odd floors and street are hardly implicated in this grand affair, and the offices themselves are rather pedestrian. I can guess of no other reason than the modifiers don't want to draw attention.
So, do you not like the barbecue?
I pull my meandering thoughts back to present. Verdandi has not slowed down one bit. She consumes her meat platter with gusto, blue eyes glancing with exciting puzzlement in my direction.
I thought a meat platter is just the thing to improve anybody's mood.
Yeah, especially someone like you, huh?
Huh?
I prefer meat with barbecue sauce. Can you get some for me?
Of course.
Verdandi leaps from her seat and rushes over to the counter rather than wait for the staff to respond. I set about plastering barbecue sauce onto my dish as she looks with uncertainty at my efforts to use my knife.
How do you find it now? Really? Wonderful! I hope you're feeling better. You do feel better, don't you?
Probably.
Right. All good things will come in time.
Right now, let's just focus on filling ourselves up with great food.
Vertandi?
Just ver or ver, please.
Ver or ver? So they leave an opening for anyone who pronounces it either way. Could you give me a brief rundown on exactly what happened yesterday? I mean, that Visbane attack and how you all saved me? And what was that you said before about me saving you? I'm quite alright, just curious, that's all.
I see.
Ver goes over the preceding day's events once more. I was having a meal with the lady.
Yeah, we saw it on the CCTV footage. You were chatting about a book in a restaurant. You looked really engaged. The name of the book was The Black Goat.
And you were able to get in touch with her? Maybe she knows who I am.
We couldn't. We went through the restaurant's receipts and found out her name is Kay. And you were pen pals meeting for the first time.
Wow. Pen pals?
Yes. After the meal, she paid and then left. And you left afterward. And then, you noticed I was being followed by a Visbane into an alleyway. That Visbane was still in disguise as a normal human being, so you must have considered it some creepy stalker. You pushed me away when it launched the attack, and got dragged down to the source layer in my stead. I'm so sorry for getting you involved in all this.
Is that the events of the beginning of the game? Yeah, that makes sense. It was before the beginning, yes, but that explains everything as to why we were in the source layer in the first place. Oh, wow. Okay.
Why are you smiling?
Oh, sorry. I just can't believe you would do something heroic like that. You know, there's nothing quite like losing all your memories to make you wonder who you really are. I was worried I might not be a nice person, but from your story, it turns out I'm a bit of a hero who rushes in to save strangers at the light it likes reading. Anyways, thanks for telling me this, and that wonderful meat platter. I'll definitely think about joining your organization. Oh, wow. Okay, I'm gonna save the rest of this for this weekend when I stream this again. Because, boy, I am going blind squinting like this, trying to read this story. And we've done it for, 4 hours. So, yeah, we're done for today. I'll be streaming this, I think, on Thursday or Friday. Yeah, Thursday or Friday. And we'll continue with more of these. Because, I mean, why not? We'll grind for some shit and do these. Because I haven't done any of them, really. So... Go monkey and grind stuff? No. It's time for me to. It's time for me to stop. It's time for me to stop. My eyes are hurting because I'm literally doing this the entire time, trying to understand what's going on. So, yeah, I do need to go and get some new glasses though, so I can focus on the damn story a little bit more. But yeah, Thursday or Friday, I'll be back. There's nothing plaguing the rest of my week. Tomorrow I think I'm gonna be streaming Crystal of Atlan. So if you guys are interested in the English version of Crystal of Atlan, I'll be streaming that tomorrow, and yeah, I'm looking forward to enjoying it with the rest of you. Alright, you all have a wonderful day. Stay healthy, stay safe, stay chaotic. Queen, I'm glad you enjoyed that. That was fucking sick. And yeah, we're gonna play through the entire story, the entire thing. So as soon as those new chapters open up, I'll be here. But if you're looking for a grinding stream and some like side story stuff, I'll be doing that Thursday or Friday. You all have a wonderful day. Stay healthy, stay safe, stay chaotic. Love you, dummies. Bye-bye. Yuck.
Don't doze off in front of the administrator. Who knows? You might never wake up again.
I mean, if it's because of you, that might be a good way to go out. Holy shit.